at 14, 13 seconds on the shot clock. That's how turnovers get made, right? Then bad decisions, or I would say bad shots are turnovers in a series like this. And so you absolutely can't afford to do that if your problem is that you're having trouble scoring, right? Like, you're giving the ball away. You've got to come up with possessions that aren't so empty.
It could be critical to any chance they have at succeeding. The radio voice of your Miami Heat calling game number 89 this evening. Number 90 will be back in Kaseya Center Friday at 7, and then, of course, 91 in Boston. But who's looking ahead? That's Sunday at 1 o'clock for those of you who are worrying. Jason Jackson and Amy Audibert joining us there. The Heat realize they know what they're up against, given the Celtics have never lost in a best-of-7 after having this type of lead after 5 games. But remember, they almost pulled off the ultimate comeback last spring until Miami captured Game 7 in their house, of all places, to advance to the NBA Finals. I talked with ESPN Radio's talented morning host Evan Cohen, asking him, can it help the visitors to their track record in Boston of late in big games, including winning game number 2 of this series, help tonight?
Absolutely, and I think the reason why, Tommy, is at some point this evening, I do assume that the Miami Heat players will look at the uniform that they are wearing and understand that this team, this culture, was made in the mud. The sunny times around South Florida, the beautiful weather, the beautiful people, the beautiful area that obviously everyone is in, is certainly something to admire. That's not the nature of the franchise. The franchise is in the mud, made in Schenectady, New York, where Pat Riley is from. And that, to me, is what needs to be the mindset tonight. Remember who you play for. This organization is made up to have no Jimmy, no Jaime, no Rozier, no Josh Richardson. That is who they are. That's how they're made up. And it's nights like tonight that make this franchise to somehow, some way, steal a win on the road where they, as you mentioned, are better than they are at home against Boston.
One guy who you don't worry about ever, Bam Adebayo, 9 straight postseason games, 20 or more points. In game number 4, he passed LeBron playoff double-doubles. His 25, 17, and 5 line matched Shaq and Mr. James as the only Heat guys to do something anywhere close to that. Tonight, Evan, without Porzingis in there, might you need Bam to at least replicate that type of night this evening?
I think you need more than that, Tommy. I understand the stats. You obviously, better than anyone ever, have these stats ready to go, have the information to provide to all of the Heat fans out there. I think you need to change the numbers. I think we need to go back and look how many 30-point double-doubles there are, because that is what we have to look at tonight. There has to be someone. I understand, obviously, again, this franchise is made in the mud, and I mean that complimentary, but at some point there has to be someone, Bam, Tyler, Patty Mills, dare I say, that pops tonight in order for them to win. I understand basket prevention is really their thing. At some point they have to score. And so, yes, what you said was such a compliment to Bam. And I don't mean to spin it negatively, but that is not going to be enough for this team to win tonight.
And that type of game is in number 13, 31 points in Game 3 2 years ago in the same building. They are in this evening. It's asking a lot, but obviously the 3-time All-Star is more than capable. He's Evan Cohen, co-host of ESPN Radio's Unsportsmanlike, the great morning program with Chris Candy and Michelle Smallman, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday to Friday. Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Kaseya, the official IT solutions partner of your Miami Heat. Up next, we do need another hero performance like we did in the last visit to the Bay State. 5 Reasons Sports' Brady Hawk and the Heat Radio Network's Alejandro Solana. Join us in a matter of moments. This is the Miami Heat Audio Experience.
Imagine a bank that is always in your court, one that sees their customers as part of a team with a common goal to achieve your dreams. Well, imagine that. There is one. We're Amerant. We're ready to help you wherever you are in life, and just as importantly, wherever you want to go. Because at Amerant, we want you to live a life beyond what you could imagine. Amerant, official bank of the Miami Heat. Member FDIC.
Fly to Philly, take off to Tampa, depart for Denver. Following your team on the road is more rewarding with the American Airlines Advantage program. Your flights and everyday spend not only earn you miles towards your next trip, but also loyalty points toward Advantage status. All the more reason to purchase both a home and away jersey. With status comes great benefits like priority boarding, free check bags, and complimentary upgrades. Not a member? Enroll for free today at AA.com. American Airlines, you are why we fly. Terms and conditions apply.
Ticketmaster's got you covered with a wide selection of seats available for every game. As the official ticket marketplace of the Miami Heat and the NBA, Ticketmaster gives you more ways to find your perfect seat. And if your plans change, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell or transfer your tickets. Plus, mobile tickets make getting in on game day a breeze. Buy or or sell tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/heat.
The Miami Heat audio experience continues. Let's get back to the pregame show.
We have to shoot our open shots, and be able to match the amount of threes that they shoot. We're not going to win shooting a bunch of twos, especially with how many threes they shoot. But just continuing to, work for the best look, and then everyone just being ready to shoot.
Whenever they're open, Tyler Herro took 17 in Monday's Game 4 loss. We may listen for him taking at least that many tonight. Tyler joined by a different backcourt mate at the start, Delon Wright making his first postseason start. Hi, everybody. It's your Miami Heat meeting the Boston Celtics at the TD Garden. Game 5 of the Eastern Conference first-round series. Only once in 7 previous times has this ended in 5 games. The first time they met back in 2010, a 96-86 Celtic win. D. Wade, 31 points in defeat. UD, 10 rebounds. Ray Allen, he was still with them. He led Boston with 24. The Heat has also had its difficulties in this situation like anybody would on other trips. The two most challenging coming in the NBA Finals. 2014 in San Antonio. 2023 in Denver. Where in the deciding game, Miami kept it close in the 90s. I chatted with 5 Reasons Sports Network's Brady Hawk about the type of game he hopes Miami can play to keep this as even as it was with the Nuggets 11 months ago.
I mean, we could say this about anything, but it really does come down to a lot of the three-point shooting. I mean, they're down a lot of guys. I know Spoelstra says they have enough. But if they're going to have enough, the guys that they have to shoot at a decently high level. They have to be able to work those driving kicks. They have to be able to work those catch and shoots. And as they've been saying across this entire series, they have to take the first shot. Like they can't put their backs against the shot clock. They got to take those early shots. And I just think back to that game 5, as you mentioned, it was a close game throughout. Miami had a pretty decent lead. It felt like actually late in that game. They were working a lot of the driving kicks. I know Jimmy got it going late. Mm-hmm. You just have to have that piece. And it feels like, I know we're probably going to mention, but no Porzingis. You have to work those initial drives. You have to work those paint touches to get those good looks. So if Miami wants to do that and make it a close game like that Denver one, they'd have to probably work that a little more frequently.
As you knew, Tyler Herro couldn't wait for this postseason after not getting the chance to play last year. And in Game 2, phenomenal in the Garden. 24 points, 14 assists. Last couple games, the Celtics made it a priority to keep him contained. 6 assists combined, 13 of 33 from the field, 5 of 15 from 3. What can he do to not only get himself on track, but everybody else in the Heat lineup tonight?
Well, the thing he did in that game, too, was he played a little bit more off ball. They kind of sent him, off screens. They sent him and kind of hit him in these different pockets off different actions. But the issue is they don't really have a guy that can handle the ball consistently, especially now that they're without Hawkins in this game. Mm-hmm. So he kind of needs to have the ball in his hands. And I think that the big shift is that I mentioned Porzingis on the other side. He was kind of giving him problems in the lane. He was kind of, he wasn't able to get to that final level in the half court, get to the rim, get good shots there, where now he has to put his head down a little bit more frequently and see if he can just draw extra defenders down there. Then you work your kicks, as I mentioned before. But I think 100%, this isn't Game 2. Every game in this series is like its own little mini-series. So as much as that was the game plan in that Game 2, he's going to have the ball in his hands. They're going to probably switch everything. They're probably going to switch 1 through 5. Mm-hmm. And he's going to see a lot of attention. So he's going to have to react quickly, try to get the ball out quick, and rely on that Tyler Van pick and roll. There
was a stat in the Bucks game last night. It was the first time a team without its top 2 scorers won a postseason game in years. Miami's top guy is not in. 2 and 3 are. How much pressure is placed on both Herro and Bam to keep the season alive when they're the focal point, to keep the team afloat, as difficult as it's been for the entire team to put points on the board?
It's on them big time. I mean, as much as we're going to sit here and hammer the same points home about the three-point shooting and everything along those lines, but these are the 2 guys that are going to get that going. They're going to set up those exact shots. They're the ones that are going to set up the diet of everything on the ball. So they're going to have to set a tone early, and that can't be lost in this mix as well. They have to set a tone after the tip, because if this thing goes south, as it has in some of these games, it's 17-2 in the first quarter, 14-0 in the first quarter. It's going to be hard to recover.
Especially in the situation these teams are in. He's Brady Hawk, 5 Reasons Sports Network Heat reporter. Now let's welcome in Alejandro from the Heat Radio Network. And even though Jaime was listed as day-to-day for this game, the news came out yesterday. The rookie with a hip flexor is out of the lineup. And he has asserted himself well in this series, but the switch in the starting lineup now goes to Delon Wright. What exactly can we expect out of him on either end of the floor in tonight's game?
Well, the first thing I thought of was an extra ball handler, right, Tommy? I mean, Jaime Jaquez Jr., I know we like to joke around that he's like Jimmy Light, right? But, he provided that extra ball handler, that extra person. If If Tyler Herro has Drew Holiday pressing him up the floor, Jaime is more than capable of bringing the ball up the floor, initiating some offense, using those BAM screens, and being able to get into the paint. You're hoping that you can get some of that from Delon Wright as well. Obviously, knocking down 3 balls, I think Delon is very capable of doing that. We saw it in Game 2, big part of how the Miami Heat were able to win that game, his contributions, and even at the end of Game 1, Tommy, I know it didn't really matter there, but 30-10 run in favor of Miami, in large part thanks to Delon Wright. But anytime Delon Wright's out there, you're thinking of his defense, how he can impact the game on that end. I think the Miami Heat are going to need to create turnovers today, something they haven't been very successful at. Points in transition, points off of those turnovers, winning the battle on that points off turnovers between the Boston Celtics and the Heat tonight, and I think Delon can help in that arena.
No Porzingis, no reason to get giddy about your chances because Boston's record without him in the lineup is 21-4. When he does not play, they also score more, which is hard to believe. What's the biggest thing Miami can expect? I'd like to have him back in the lineup now that I read that. But he did go 1 for 9 in game number 2 and hurt them. How will we be able to exploit the middle now without him in the lineup, knowing he's not going to be there?
Yeah, I mean, we're all thinking about Miami having to score 23 3-pointers, right? Convert 23 3-pointers, and we'd all love that. But the reality is, without Kristaps Porzingis, whatever the numbers were with him not in the lineup this season, forget that. In this game tonight, Miami might have more success around the rim, whether it's Bam Adebayo, whether it's Tyler Herro, whether it's a Delon Wright. I mean, whoever it is, Caleb Martin, just being able to get down there. You saw Bam the other day really establish himself down low, have some good attempts around the rim, but Kristaps Porzingis, he's just so big. He has his hands up, Tommy. It's hard to knock in floaters, mid-range jumpers, whatever it is, down low. So I'm expecting the paint to be less clogged, even if the Celtics make it a priority, and for Miami to be able to execute some easier quality looks down low without him in there tonight.
Offensively in the series, Jaime was averaging 13 points per game. Not too bad. It's right around his regular season number. But the style he brings is a little different than Haywood Highsmith, who a lot of people thought might get the start if Jaime wasn't going to be in there. He does shoot the 3 ball better than Jaime does, but he's 3 of 14 from 3 in the series and only shooting 33%. We know what he brings defensively, but I've talked to you before last game, the need for somebody as an offensive performer in the 3-4 area. Where do you think it comes from tonight? Nico maybe gives you something? Haywood? Where are you looking for it?
Yeah, I mean, I just heard Brady Hawk say that Nico's going to have to have the ball in his hands. And to me, it's less about that and it's more about if Nico gets the ball, just let it fly, right? I mean, usually that rotation from the Celtics, they're always going to leave one guy open whenever they're rotating because they have been switching as well. And without Kristaps tonight, I expect them to be able to switch more because Al Horford is capable of that. If Nico finds the ball in his hands and he's open, he's got to let it fly. But when you bring up Haywood Highsmith, we saw at one point this season, towards the end of the year, Tommy, he was able to knock down threes. Mm-hmm. And I think if he can get a couple to go, if everybody can just get a couple to go in today, that could be the difference between being down 25 at halftime and keeping this very close so that at the end of the game, you're still in it.
Hey, Heat fans, the Dolphin Mall, Pembroke Lakes Mall, Dayland Mall, Miami International Airport, and Kaseya Center stores are packed with the latest and greatest in Heat swag. Log on to MiamiHeatStore.com to check out store hours and get your gear now. Up next, we let it Spo. Jax holds court with Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra in a matter of moments. You're listening to the Miami Heat Audio Experience.
This is Jason Jackson with the Miami Heat, and I'm here to introduce you to Accordis, preferred partner of the Miami Heat. Accordis provides the latest technology to help us and many more enterprises like yours to thrive with their solutions for network, managed print, IT security, and more. They hold one of South Florida's largest authorized partner networks, partnering with Cisco, Microsoft, Samsung, LG, Xerox, Dell, HP, and dozens more. Accordis gives your business the fast and effective tech game plan it needs to continue to win. To start winning with us, contact Accordis today at 1-888-331-3134 or visit them at www.accordiscorp.com.
Hey, it's the Good Greek Spiro, and I have some exciting news. Good Greek has been awarded National Mover of the Year. You've trusted the Good Greek for decades with your family's moving and storage needs. Now Good Greek is proud to be the nation's top mover. So when it's time for you to move across town or across the country, trust America's best mover, Good Greek. Go to goodgreek.com for Good Greek, the National Mover of the Year.
Good Greek, moving and storage, your superhero movers. At the UPS store, not every small business needs the same thing, but every small business needs something. We're the scanning and faxing store, the printing store, the packing and shipping store, I
need my designing place and my printing place to be the same place store.
We're the one-stop, right around the corner, everything you need so you can be unstoppable store. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. The UPS Store locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
Time for more of the Miami Heat audio experience. The pregame show is underway.
I gotta be more impactful and be aggressive on that end, and not overthink as much stuff. So that's all the way down the line, including myself. So we just gotta be aggressive. We got a lot of guys that can do a lot of things. We just gotta just stay with it.
Until the night ends, Caleb Martin plans on letting it all hang out, and hopefully it leads to a second straight victory for the team in Boston. Welcome back, everybody. Your Miami Heat away from the 305 for game number 5 at Boston. If your Celtics needed a reminder of how tough it is to beat Miami when the chips are down, look no further than last year when they dropped game 5 to Atlanta, extending the series, and the year before when Jimmy Butler poured in a lot of points in game 6 to force a game 7. Each an extra game they had to play that took something out of them, they believe, against Golden State in the finals. The Heat admitted going to 7 last year with Boston sapped their strength for Denver, but I'd definitely take my chances with that if Miami can somehow pull out victory tonight. Jax chatted with Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra, asked him what he wants to see more of from his team this evening. Jax?
Tommy, thank you very much. Coach, when you were sitting in the postgame and it was coming either through you or was happening as you were talking about it, the feeling about the game that you all need, what does that look like in your mind?
Well, it can be anything, but our competitive spirit, has to be at an all-time high level, which I expect nothing less from our group. We got off the plane, came right to the hotel, had a quick meeting, just to look each other in the eyeballs to get ready, for this game 5. Yes, there will be some adjustments, both teams, but we're pretty familiar, with them. They're familiar with us. This is going to be about a competitive spirit collectively to do what's necessary to win. And obviously, the other night we struggled defensively. A lot of that you have to give credit to Boston. So we would like to put some points on the board, but hey, if it has to be done in a different way, our defense, has been solid, and maybe we'll have to shave some even more points down, even in their building. But whatever's necessary for tonight, we know what's up, and we're ready for the task.
I oftentimes talk to people about the essential involvement of focus inside of your talent, on top of your scheme. All these things have to kind of work together. How important is the focus factor have to go up when you see another player in your group go down, and almost have to almost ignore that reality and just focus on the task at hand?
Yeah, we're used to that. And we're prepared, probably more so than any other team. We'll have to stay mentally tough and focused and disciplined throughout all the emotions, on the road. So the crowd will be into it as they should be, and there will be a lot of swings during the course of the game. We have to stay the course, and that's where I feel like the focus and the discipline will be more needed.
Boston won a lot of games without Porzingis in the middle. What do they turn into? What opportunities and or challenges still remain when you're dealing with them without?
Yeah, it'll be a similar attack. I mean, they still have the firepower. White was the one that was spearheading a lot of it the other night, but Tatum and Brown are still, high usage guys that are going to create some different things, and we have to overcome that. The rest of the group, they fit in, around those guys. So we understand the task, and we're just looking forward to getting out there in a great environment. And this is where we feel we're at our best. And we're just looking forward to starting.
And finally, Spo, what is the balance of your front guys having to continue to do more versus having the collective group, impact things with oftentimes, particularly offensively, is oftentimes best?
Yeah, it'll be all of it. Look, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that Tyler and Bam will have super high usage rates. That doesn't mean they necessarily will shoot 30 times a game, but they're going to create and generate a lot of things for us, and they have to be very responsible with those decisions, particularly after the dribble, reading the defense, reading the help, reading who's open, and everybody else needs to be extremely assertive with their catches. We do need some X factors, and our guys are built for that. They understand, how to get to those spots. We talk about all the time, the ball finds energy. We need a ton of those plays tonight, and some timely offensive production.
Here's to all that. Thank you for the time.
Okay, thanks, Jax.
Tommy?
Thank you, Jax. Let's welcome in Alejandro again. And Caleb Martin spoke of the differences in coverages he's seeing from when he had his breakout East Finals last year against the Celtics. A lot of it has to do with Drew Holiday guarding him at times, who made a very good defense excel. Is that the difference why Martin is experiencing a little bit more difficulty offensively? Because they kind of know what he is and know what he can do?
Yeah, I mean, they saw him last year, right? So they don't want to get beat by Caleb Martin again, Tommy. But I do think, and Caleb's been pretty transparent about this, a bit of indecision on his part on the offensive end. The other day, he gets into the paint and he leaves his feet and he doesn't know exactly what he wants to do, and he kind of just leaves the ball on the hardwood, and it's a turnover going the other way. We've seen him try to go crossover dribble and just lose the ball out of bounds as well. I think he has to be more decisive with the basketball. We saw it a little bit at the end of that fourth quarter in Game 4. Unfortunately, the Heat was already out of it at that point, but he's not thinking. He's just catching and shooting, and that's what you want from a guy like that, because we know once one goes in, he feels that burst of energy, and he can either get to the hole, finish with the best of them on the Heat, or you can also stretch the floor and knock down some shots. The Heat are going to need that tonight.
The Heat lineup has taken a hit again with no Jaquez, but Patty Mills has given some decent minutes in the last couple of games considering what they have sitting out. Do you have to assume he's going to get a little more time in the early going of tonight's game with the energy that he's been able to bring?
I don't know. I mean, how's the Heat offense looking? I think that's the question. Are there shots going in? Is Delon Wright able to knock down shots? Is Duncan going to be able to give you anything? If Miami's struggling as much as they did the other day, especially coming out of the third quarter, then I expect to see Patty Mills. But if the Heat are knocking down their shots, probably not.
On the Wednesday night NBA playoff scoreboard, one other game going on tonight. Dallas at the Clippers. That series tied at 2. Our producer Ben Revere, assisted by Trevor Harris and Jimmy Garcia. It's the Heat and Celtics, game number 5. We'll join Jackson Amy shortly. For Alejandro, I'm Tommy on the Miami Heat Audio Experience.
Start your day with news where you live. With Wink, you're closer to home. I'm Lindsay Sablon. It's what's happening in your city, what's new in your neighborhood, and what to expect where you'll be today. If your local news seems light on local news, change the channel to Wink for the most local news, weather, and traffic in Southwest Florida. Weekday mornings on Wink. First, fair, everywhere.
Okay, I'll admit, I'm probably not the first guy that comes to mind when you think of home decor. But just because I like my tool cabinet where the china cabinet ought to be, doesn't mean I don't know how to stage your house for the best resale price. You don't need to read shiny architecture magazines to know curb appeal is a powerful influence on the price of your house. And that dented old lime green garage door is not saying much from the curb. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. A new garage door is the best return on home improvements when it comes time to sell your house. Better than a new bathroom or fancy kitchen reno. A new garage door will increase the price by thousands of dollars and put people in a buying mood the moment they arrive. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it nice. It's also good feng shui, whatever that is.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Order. I go nuts when there's no order to things. Did you see that desk?
Some people cannot tolerate a lack of order. They always feel the need to put things into order, and sometimes that need is to a point that it is unrealistic. Perhaps there are repeated and unnecessary thoughts and worries. This is an obsessive-compulsive disorder. Fortunately, it is usually treatable, but people hide it. Don't hide. Ask for help.
More information is available at healthyminds.org. This message from the Florida Psychiatric Society.
105.9 Fox Sports Radio. White Hot Heat playoffs are back on the Miami Heat Audio Experience.
Jones, ball gets picked off by Bam. Get up and throw it down. Pushes up the middle of the floor. Pump fakes on the left elbow. He gets hit by Embiid. Knocks down the shot. Jimmy Butler go to the line for another.
This 2024 White Hot Heat NBA Audio Experience is being brought to you by Bacardi, a proud sponsor of the Miami Heat. Live passionately, drink responsibly. By Ticketmaster, official ticket partner of the Miami Heat. And by Kaseya, the official IT solutions partner.
The Tiger, a little execution would definitely help as well. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Network Studios. It's Game 5 in the best-of-7 first-round Eastern Conference Series between your Miami Heat at the Boston Celtics, with the home team enjoying a commanding 3-1 lead, along with Ben Revere, Trevor Harris, Jimmy Garcia on the other side of the glass. I'm Tommy Tide. We know the odds going in. They're really tough. Jack's mentioned the numbers before game number 4 on Monday. Celtics are perfect in this situation through about 1 million games. As for the Heat, they haven't been around as long, of course. They are 1-6 overall in 7 previous tries, down 3 games to 1. 1, huh? So I'm telling you, Heat Nation, there's a chance. Heck, the Marlins of all people, 1-728 with a 5-run deficit entering the 9th last night, pulled off an astounding comeback. Who's to say, as crazy as sports might be, the Heat can't win in a place they've already captured a game in the series, and twice in these finals 2 years ago, and 3 times in the spring last year. It can happen. Won't be easy, but it can happen. Bam Adebayo continues to play at a high level, passing LeBron James Monday most playoff doubles in team history. His 25, 17, and 5 in Game 4, only accomplished by Mr. James and Shaquille O'Neal before him in Heat uniforms. In the previous couple of games here in Miami, the Celtics have done just enough offensively to get the job done. What specifically makes them so effective?
They make me switch and put me in the corner. Or they put me away from the play. So, I mean, that's one thing, but, they're just swinging the ball, making shots.
Time and time again. While unfortunately your team has had difficulty in 3 of the 4 games, in what way might you combat that?
We got to keep making plays and shoot the ball. We just live with that result. No matter if it go in or not.
Well, preferably, I'd like to see them fall, but I understand his point. The Heat needs to follow his lead and remain aggressive. Then, who knows? At least number 13 has a very good idea what they are getting themselves into.
Hey, man, we're going in the Lions Den. Everybody knows it's at stake. It's 3-1. Back is against the wall. You have to respond.
Or else the alternative is not pretty as they hope. Like the coach says, he said, let's get back to the 305 to give the fans another chance to see them play better than they have in the first 2 games they played in their building. 2 nice folks I want to see again in a couple of days. We at least get to hear them throughout the evening tonight. Let's join the radio voice of your Miami Heat, Jason Jackson and Amy Audibert. Jax?
Bengold, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Tommy, thank you very much. Just slightly behind the order of activity here in TD Garden, but it is round 1. Game 5. Celtics lead the series 3-1. Lose in the 2024 playoffs are over for Miami. Win, and the march goes on. It's not complicated, but it's entirely challenging with yet another body unavailable for service. This time, Mr. Hawkes, add him to the list. Time now for the whip before the tip. Angle time with Amy.
Well, I just want to go back to last year, Game 5, sitting in these exact 2 spots right here, Jackson. The series was 3-1, but it was not in, of course, Boston's favor, yet that series was extended to Game 7. And you got to believe you can win these games. If anyone believes that they can make this back and get into a series, it has to be the Miami Heat. I don't care who's out there on the court. It's got to be a connected unit. You got to fight for your lives tonight because you certainly are.
Thank you, madam. Tommy, once again, talk to me.
Well, Jack, this happened twice before, most recently in the wild world of bubblicious sports. Down 3-1, the Heat scored what seems to be this magic number for this franchise lately in the playoffs, 111 points to hold off elimination by the Lakers. Duncan Robinson at 26 that night with 7 threes. Don't you want to see that again? But the game I'd really like to see 13 years earlier, also down 3-1 here. P.J. Brown does a Max Holloway on Charlie Ward, turns the series on its ear, also facing a game number 6 then. We know where Duncan is, Jax, who gets those 7 threes, and who wants to be P.J. Brown, because I don't see this Heat team going down without a fight.
Amen to that. Solana, what do you have?
Jax, we know tonight is an all-hands-on-deck game, but I have also dubbed it a all-phrases-on-deck game. So here we go. Keep the main thing, for competitors only. Have the guts. We have enough. Burn the boats, whatever it takes, and most importantly, Jax and Amy, absolutely do not let go of the rope tonight.
All the hits in the Spoelstra top 10s right there. Time for tonight's starting lineup for the Celtics. Tatum, Holiday, Brown, White, and Horford. That group, 10-3. Last shoes, March 14th against the Suns. Now here's Smo with the Heat's first 5.
This is the Miami Heat head coach, Eric Spoelstra, and here is tonight's starting lineup.
Delon Wright, University of Utah.
Tyler Herro, University of Kentucky.
Caleb Martin, Oak Hill Academy.
Nikolajovic, Serbia.
Bam Adebayo, University of Kentucky.
That's the first time for this lineup. Second start for Wright overall in a Miami Heat uniform. As for the Miami Heat Health Report presented by Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield. Celtics, Kristaps Porzingis. At right, Solis strain. He's out. For the Heat, Jimmy Butler, right MCL strain. Jaime Jaquez, right hip flexor strain. Terry Rozier, neck spasms. Josh Richardson, right shoulder surgery. All out. But you know who's in. Amy Adebayo with her keys to victory.
Yeah, number one, and as much as we're talking about the offensive struggles, it still has to start on the defensive end for Miami. Can you hold the line in terms of what you've been holding Boston to, around 105 points per game? It is really tough to do, and Miami has been doing that. And again, they've got to do it tonight, and it's every single possession they got to fight. Number two, paint touches. Kristaps Porzingis not in the game. He's an excellent rim protector. Miami has to look to attack the paint, look to finish those buckets, but also maybe create some paint touch, drive, kick out, spray threes for those opportunities. But start with an attack mentality. And number three, the most important, bring the belief. I don't care what level of competition in this game that you're playing. If you don't believe you can win, the game's already over. I will always go back to my college coach, Katie Meyer. When we were on the road pulling up to the arena, she always yelled at the top of her lungs, don't you dare get off this bus if you don't plan on winning this game. And that's all I kept thinking today. If these guys get off this bus, they better plan on winning. And I think Bam probably said the same thing, but maybe a couple other words in there.
Colorful from, I'm sure, Katie and Bam, by the way. Amy's keys to victory brought to you by El Car Wash, official car wash of the Miami Heat. Our official crew chief is Mark Davis. He has Ben Taylor and Brian Forte alongside the alternate Boca Raton's own Murat Kogan. In the replay center, Pat Frayer. So from Stewart, Florida to West Palm Beach, Fort Myers to Naples, Fort Lauderdale to Miami, down throughout the Florida Keys. What's up, Katie Meyer? Everywhere in between and beyond. It's time to ball, y'all. The Heat. He is on the radio. Oh, and Gang Green is getting their lather going fine. But it was a little quiet in here earlier. But now they're ready to go. Heat in the association white. Going from right to left in this first half. Adebayo and Horford toe to toe. Tonight, the 42nd all-time meeting between these two teams in playoffs. Miami leads it 21-20. Boston will start off with the rock. Up top, a three from Holiday does not go.
Somehow Al Horford ended up on the ground, and he spent the entire possession talking to the ref about it.
Now Tyler will work with Bam left side of the arc. Catches it back, fires a three. Misses off the contest by Brown. Got a little high five on the way through. White up top to Holiday. He'll move it to the right side of the arc. To White. Horford into Brown. Bounce it off Herro. Swirls around. Gets it in. Right in front of the rim.
We've seen that a lot this series. Jaylen Brown is going to look to post Tyler Herro all night. He's going to put some pressure on Miami if they choose to double or what they're going to do, but that's going to be tough because they've been doing that consistently all series.
2-0 early in the first here. Game 5. Here's Bam. Mini jumper goes right over the top of Horford on the right side of the paint. Tied at 2. 10:51 here in the first. Left mid post. Brown gets out of a double team, gives it to Holiday. He'll drive. Kick it right side to White for three. He's still hot. Knocked down. That three wide open on the right side.
That was triggered from Caleb doubling down on Jaylen Brown in the post. I understand why he did it, but it was the extra pass that Boston made.
Tyler jumper misses from the left elbow after working a couple screens right and left. With Bam trying to free up from Holiday. Here's Brown the other way, right side of the arc. Martin in front, gets it to Holiday. Holiday will bring it back out. Now feed Brown. Switched into Tyler. Tyler going to stay in front up top. Step back. 3 ball by Brown. It's wrong and long. Left side of the iron. Nico the rebound. Gets to Bam. They'll push up right side. The attack, loses the ball on the attack. Ball's loose. Tatum picks it up, gets it to Horford. Not sure how Bam lost that one, but it was gone. Tatum fires it to Brown left side. He'll pause. Bam in front, scoops it up, swirls another one in. Brown second, making 3 tries. It's 7-2 Boston. Here's Tyler, quickly to Bam. Gets a handoff and a collision between White and Martin on the right side of the arc. And that foul, it's going to be on Tatum for pushing, creating that collision of humanity.
And I'm looking forward to the replay. I can't tell you what happened. It was totally off ball. I didn't see it. But Caleb Martin and Derek White both spilled on the court. And yeah, Jason Tatum, 2 hands extended Caleb into the screen.
His first personal foul. Inbound to Wright getting the start. First time in these playoffs, second time in a Heat uniform. Gets it to Tyler, drive all the way down, moves it into the hands of Caleb, knocks down a 3 from the right corner pocket.
On the kickout, Caleb Martin's knees were already low, like catch and shoot. That's the mentality of this team. He didn't even think about it.
7-5. White tried to change it, does it with a 3. Does not, I should say. Ball caroms way out. Now a scoop one by Brown. Went high up in the air. He went and got it and got himself another layup. 3 for 4 for Brown. 6 of Boston's 9 points. It's a 4-point game. Boston in front. 8:56 here in the first. Bam straddling the arc. Up top. Hand off to Tyler. The baby float kisses off the glass too hard. Tyler opened up 0 for 3. Brown going with Martin. Pushes a forearm. Can't get off to Horford. He throws up a front iron Herro of a jump shot into the hands of Nico. Setting up offense up top. That's a screen right from Bam. Drives all the way in. Easy picking for Nico on the right-hand layup.
Derek White went underneath the screen, but with Nico's stride, he's got a step.
Ball inside quickly. Holiday gets it to Tatum. Up to Horford. Around to White. To Brown for 3. It's off. Rebound for Tyler. 8 by 2. Down by 2. 9-7. 8-minute mark here in the first quarter. Here's Bam. Spinning on Horford. Just cut him off. Take it back out top. Folks in here think there was a travel. I didn't see it. Right back to Bam. Free throw line jumper. Nothing but net for Adebayo. Tying the game at 9.
As soon as that ball got stuck, it went right into a 2-man game, which you love. Delon and Bam snapped right into that action. You have to take advantage of that tonight.
9-9 our score. 7:37 first quarter. White up top gets it to Brown. Brown slides across the arc to his right. Nico in front. Trying to decide, drives, pauses, free throw line jumper. He misses that one as it bounces twice to the rim before it decided to pop out. Still tied at 9, 7:22 first quarter. White directed traffic. Bounce pass to Bam. Just inside the arc on the right side. He's attacking Horford. Jumper. Bounces out from inside the right elbow. Tatum the rebound up to White. White changes gear. Tries pass right. Puts it up right hand. A little blow by.
His burst is incredible. I'm not going to lie. When I think of Derek White, that's the first thing I think of. As great as he's been shooting the 3 ball, I still go back to when he got the ball on the deck, how quick he is.
Boston 11, Miami 9, 6:50 here in the first. Here's right, left hand, put it up, swirled it, got it. That thing spun around perfectly to stay in the iron.
First playoff start for Delon Wright in 41 playoff games.
The Heat have hit 5 of their first 9, and there's another bucket for Brown, who's hit 4 of his first 7. 8 of the 13 points for Boston coming from Mr. Jaylen Brown. Tyler with the rock up top, screen right, uses it from Bam, fires a 3. Tatum from the side, distracted him. He's 0 for 4, 0 for 2 from downtown. Here's Tyler Herro. For the rebound, here's White attacking Nico, riding him all the way along the baseline. Kicks it up to Horford. Down to Brown. Brown sees a double team back to Horford. He'll kick it left to White. He sees wide open paint. Got up and threw it down. Attacking from the left side of the arc. Timeout Miami.
Spo's going to use his timeouts really carefully tonight. But Nico, all he did was jump on the pump fake, and there was no held defense. It's a 4-point game. It's okay. I still think that Miami's showing a lot of toughness and grit to open this game.
All Brown and all White They have the 15 points combined. Brown, 8-7 for White. A little bit more of a family affair for Miami. The only starter who hasn't scored is a man who hasn't put it in 4 tries. That's Tyler Herro. It's a 4-point game. Nearly halfway through the first quarter, 6:02 to be exact. Boston 15, Miami 11. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
Imagine a bank that is always in your court, one that sees their customers as part of a team with a common goal to achieve your dreams. Well, imagine that. There is one. We're Amerant. We're ready to help you wherever you are in life, and just as importantly, wherever you want to go. Because at Amerant, we want you to live a life beyond what you could imagine. Amerant, official bank of the Miami Heat. Member FDIC.
Can health insurance be a doorway to a healthier life? To yoga classes? To nutrition classes? To nurses you don't need an appointment to see? Or even community specialists who give you access to helpful resources? It can. Our Florida Blue Centers offer all that and a whole lot more. All you have to do is walk through the door. What else can health insurance do? Find out at FloridaBlue.com. Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
When it comes to basketball in Florida, Valley Sports Sun is the heart of the state, bringing you to the hardwood for all the biggest moments.
Come on! He's on fire!
Watch your hometown team turn up the temperature as they battle the very best around the league.
Oh, my.
Plus, pregame with your favorite Valley Sports team before and after each game for the Heat Live pre- and post-game show.
Yes.
Catch the Heat all season long on Valley Sports Sun, the Valley Sports app, and Valley Sports Plus.
Ticketmaster's got you covered with a wide selection of seats available for every game. As the official ticket marketplace of the Miami Heat and the NBA, Ticketmaster gives you more ways to find your perfect seat. And if your plans change, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell or transfer your tickets. Plus, mobile tickets make getting in on game day a breeze. Buy or sell tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Heat.
Back to Miami Heat action. The Heat is on the radio.
There's ultimate clarity, with this. And in terms of our competitive spirit, all of it has to be at its highest level and embracing, this. The playoffs are hard. You want to embrace it. You want to embrace the challenges of great competition. We know we have to do a lot of things well, which we're capable of, and we're looking forward to it tonight.
Obviously, our backs are against the wall. We got a bunch of guys down, out tonight, but we feel like, we have enough to get one game tonight and just take this thing back to Miami and see what happens from there. We're going to give everything we have. We're going to make sure that we'll win this one. Yeah, we're going to go home. As simple as that.
Not a bad start for Miami, although trailing 15-11. 6:02 mark here in TD Garden. Amy and Jax here with you. The Heat have hit 5 of their first 10. Just Tyler's got to get going. 0 for 4. The rest of the Heat 5 of 6.
But Tyler can get going, right? This is a guy that can create himself, but then he's ignitable. That's the word. And so you still want him taking all those open shots because you never know the next one going in.
Holiday getting his first break with 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Hasn't scored yet. Pritchard's in. Bam with the rock up top. Moves it to Tyler. Uses a Bam screen to his right. Feeds Bam at the free throw line. A jumper up. Curls off. Bam's 2 for 4. 4 points in 6 minutes.
Well, Tyler got him the ball right in his sweet spot.
Here's Brown working on Tyler. Up elbow. Snaps to Horford for 3. He knocks it down on the other side. A right wing splasher for Horford. He's 1 for 2 from downtown. 3 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists for the new man in the middle. With Porzingis injured, Bam returns the favor with a jumper mid-post right side. He thinks he got a hit there.
Nice patience. I don't care if that's what Miami needs to do on offense at times. If they're going to play Bam straight up in the post, he's got to look to score.
Get into the 7-0 run, but make it a 10-2 run for Boston up 21-13 as they splash down. But that's right, Mr. White from 25 feet makes it that way. Here is Tyler. Flips it out to right. Pump fake for 3. Don't want to see that tonight. Here's Bam. He knocks down the 3 from up top. corralling it in from Wright, who didn't want to pull the trigger. Bam has 9 of the Heat 16 points. They trail 21-16, 4:35 here in the first.
Now it's time to get some stops.
Here's White up top. Beats Brown, flowing down, goes up, got it up and in. And an offensive foul taken off the board as he caught the face of Wright going up. The crew chief, Mark Davis, caught it.
And that's going to be challenged.
A challenge after looking at the replay. I don't necessarily see where it is except for an elbow that went out kind of unnaturally. I just don't think that elbow landed.
They have themselves a case, I'll say that. But, Jax, if there is contact to the face, I could see them doing a basket counts, but after the release type of thing.
Here's Mark Davis. Couldn't quite hear him there. Sometimes the crew chief doesn't lean all the way down. But it is exactly what we thought, a challenge.
Might not have wanted to speak to this crowd right now.
Yeah, listen. They'll be okay. We'll take a break while they take a peek, and we'll go from there being the 4:26 mark here in the first quarter, with Boston up 21-16. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
This is Jason Jackson with the Miami Heat, and I'm here to introduce you to Accordis, preferred partner of the Miami Heat. Accordis provides the latest technology to help us and many more enterprises like yours to thrive with their solutions for network, managed print, IT security, and more. They hold one of South Florida's largest authorized partner networks, partnering with Cisco, Microsoft, Samsung, LG, Xerox, Dell, HP, and dozens more. Accordis gives your business the fast and effective tech game plan it needs to continue to win. To start winning with us, contact Accordis today at 1-888-331-3134 or visit them at www.accordiscorp.com.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
At the UPS store, not every small business needs the same thing, but every small business needs something. We're the scanning and faxing store, the printing store, the packing and shipping store,
I need my designing place and my printing place to be the same place store.
We're the one-stop, right around the corner, everything you need so you can be unstoppable store. The UPS store. Be unstoppable. The UPS store locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
Andrea Bocelli in concert, sponsored by Stifel, presented locally by the Adrian Arch Center, December 22nd, 7:30 p.m. Kaseya Center, the world's most romantic voice. Andrea Bocelli in concert. Tickets on sale now at KaseyaCenter.com.
Back to Miami Heat action. The Heat is on the radio.
4:26 to go in the first quarter. 21-16, Boston leading your Miami Heat. The Celtics to a man admit in challenging anybody's defense, you react. However, Miami's defense, Jaylen Brown admits, is entirely different in trying to describe the Heat at its best. On one possession, they do one thing. Then on another one, they do something else. Then they switch. Then they don't. That makes you think. Then you rush and get out of what you want to do. It's a game within the game, and you can't get caught playing theirs like they did in game number 2. When asked about the philosophy the other day, Eric Spoelstra said, "Don't look at me. I'm not playing. I'm not scheming to gain a victory." Tyler Herro, in a way, disagrees with the head coach, saying, "We just follow his lead." Sure, he doesn't play the game, yet he tries to force the other guy to play his. Right now, at the moment, he's very close. Heat down 5. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
105.9 Fox Sports Radio. We are WFSX HD2 Estero. Listen anytime on the Fox Sports Radio app.
So the challenge here at TD Garden was unsuccessful, but there was a technical foul assessed to Tyler Herro. He threw the ball at Pritchard, and during the dead ball, and he got hit with a tech. Here's Bam. Jumper misses from the mid-post left side extended with Cornette in his face. Cornette with just a 2-arm shove on Tyler. No call away from the action. By the way, Delon Wright back in the locker room after catching that elbow from Brown. And so Mills is in, and now actually it's Tatum drawing the foul on Highsmith.
Well, this is his first attempt from the field in the game, and Haywood Highsmith checking into the game, and that's his number one job. He, unfortunately, on the step back, got off his feet, and Jason Tatum's gotten him a couple times in this series. And, I understand why he bites on it, but he's got to stay more disciplined. Haywood Highsmith did an excellent job on Jason Tatum last year in the Eastern Conference Finals.
His first of two goes. We're in the thick of this first round matchup. If we want you in Kaseya Center, head to heat.com/playoff tickets to get your tickets to Game 6 if necessary and support your Heat as we battle to advance in this postseason. Got to get this one first. Tatum misses the second. Bam gets the rebound. The games in the Heat's house are intense and the tickets are hot, so get them now at heat.com/playoff tickets or at Ticketmaster.com.
And Tyler just unfortunately missed another good look at the three ball. He's got to keep shooting.
0 for 3 from downtown as White gets fouled. It's H grabbing in the cookie jar. Trying to get a minute to go on the left side of the paint. And for H, that'll be his second personal foul, team second. And here comes Duncan Robinson. And we'll see if he can get something going in the time that he can be out on the floor. Just 3 minutes in Game 4. His back is still an issue. 2 straight scoreless games, a total of 10 minutes in Game 2, and I should say 3 and 4 combined.
And back to Haywood, Jax. I mean, he kind of got caught. Derek White spun so quick. He was just off ball and got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. But it's tough because Haywood's in that game to defend. And with 2 quick fouls, I mean, he's going to have to play extremely disciplined as Tyler Herro checks out of the game for Duncan Robinson. And this is a big test for the Miami offense now in terms of just generating good shots without Tyler Herro in that game.
He needs some minutes now.
Yeah.
Second one goes in for White, so it's a 14-5 run over the last 2:54. Put Boston in front by 9. Mills driving, gets to Bam, free throw line jumper. It's a little hard. Rebound by Tatum. Bam now 4 of 8, 9 points and a single rebound. Working the left baseline. Pritchard brings it back out to the left elbow. Got Bam, so he gets off into White. 10 on the shot clock. White working the right side of the arc and gets nothing but net.
And this is where you get into trouble here if you're Miami. You got to come up with something on this offensive possession. They're getting good looks. They're not making them, and Boston, of course, is making theirs.
White from 25 feet, 28-16. Another miss by Miami.
Paint touch H. Yeah, paint touch 3. It's a good look, but here we go, right?
28-16. 2:46 here in the first. Tatum, pump fake. Just inside the arc on the right side, working on H. Finally drives on him, misses it at the rim, and Luke picks it up and throws it down, but we have to wipe that away. It's going to be a foul. If it's on Highsmith, it'll be his third. It is, and it is.
That's his third team foul.
Kevin Love's at the table.
Right now, in this first quarter, Boston is just picking apart isolation matchups against Miami. And they're coming out as Tatum misses the first, but they're coming out with patience. They're still finding advantages, and unfortunately, Haywood Highsmith's an excellent defender. That shouldn't be a mismatch. He showed that he can defend Tatum, but he's getting caught a little out of position sometimes with just jumping or getting out of his stance.
Barnett's out. Horford back in. After a missed first free throw, Tatum made the second. It's a 13-point lead, the biggest lead. Will stay that way after Mills misses from the right side. Tried it from 26, couldn't connect. Here's Hauser for 3. Nothing but net. Left side of the arc. Timeout Miami. The Avalanche has arrived again in 11-0 run by Boston.
Miami has missed all of their shots, and Boston has made all of theirs. I know that sounds silly, but that is as simple as this has been, Jax. Miami has generated some good shots in the last couple minutes. They've made none of them, where Boston has, it feels like, made all of them. And unfortunately, it's a 16-point game, and something's got to change quick, fast, and in a hurry, or it's going to be a long night and a long couple months for Miami.
Going larger than that 11-0 run, 21-5, favoring Boston over the span of 4 minutes and 18 seconds. It's Heat Rewards time. Season ticket and Heat Elite members earn 150 points and get rewards. Open the Heat app, go to the members section, tap the rewards tab, and type the code DEFENSE under Heat Rewards code section. This rewards code expires at 10 a.m. tomorrow, so act now. As we speak, Delon Wright taking a few stitches inside that lower lip chin area. He will return after getting stitched up. And the nerve of Jaylen Brown, who knows that elbow hit that face, trying to sell like it didn't. Or that maybe his initial statement to the crew chief is that, Delon's face came into the space that he's allowed as a ball handler. But the bottom line is, it was called a foul on Brown, and now we got some stitches on Wright.
And we have some full court pressure here from Boston. You get the feeling that they believe that, if they can lock up right here, you can put it away early. So Miami has to respond in the next couple minutes.
Bam hit that three with 4:45 remaining in the quarter to make the score 21-16. Miami hasn't scored since. Thank goodness we got one there, and it's Mills on the run right at it. Nice assist by Kevin Love.
Patty just cut right down the middle of the court. He's very quick. He doesn't stop moving on both ends of the court, and you need guys like that in these situations.
Boston 38-18. There's Tatum. Step back, fires a three. Knocks it down over the top of Love after shaking him off with a little jab step pullback. Tatum's first bucket. 3 for 5 from the line, and then that money ball, he has 6. White leading all scorers with 15. Here's Bam. Left elbow, right hand dribble. Bounce pass to Love. He's got Hauser to work on. Bounce it on him. Spins, fires, knocks down a jumper. Fades away right toward the Miami Heat bench to make it a 15-point game. Over a minute to go here in the first quarter. Boston in control, 35-20. Horford, screen right, frees up Tatum for 3 up top. Nothing but net. He's 2 for 2 from downtown. 7 for a dozen have gone in. 58% for Boston. Caleb saves the ball from going out of bounds, gets it to Bam. He'll dive down, throw it down right at the rack.
With Kevin Love and Bam Adebayo in the game together, when Boston's on defense, they have a size disadvantage, and so that's great. Like Miami in the last couple possessions have gotten the ball to either or. But on the other end, Jason Tatum is taking advantage of having 2 bigs on the court, and that on his open threes, like Kevin Love's not hedging out. And that's got to be a switch if it's a post-to-post defensively, if that makes sense, right? So both teams are kind of taking advantage of that matchup in their own way. And unfortunately, one's with 2 and one's with 3.
It was an and one opportunity for Bam. He made the free throw. Holiday with the foul, his first. Boston has made 9 straight buckets. And here's Sam Hauser with another. Make it 10. 3 ball from the left wing for Sammy. He's 2 for 2 from the edges. That's 8 of 13. For Boston, the Heat 2 for 7.
And again, it's generated off that post-to-post screen where Kevin Love switched out and everybody else was in scramble.
Boston 41-23. 12 seconds remains in the opening quarter. Duncan driving baseline. Leaves it for Love. A little hook. It bobbles out. 3 seconds to go. Pritchard for 3 on the run. Missed it. Left side, he made that one. They were going to need to bring a civil engineer into this joint. The lid would have blown off, and it sort of has. With Boston up 41-23 after the opening 12 minutes.
Miami not making shots has been a plague this entire season. But the difference is tonight, Jax, is Miami's been pretty good defensively, holding Boston to an average of 105 points through those first 4 games. A 41-point quarter. You've got to recover quick. That can't happen again.
Boston with their hands at 10-2 on the wheel, up 18 after the first 12 minutes. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but I also raise cattle, and I'm acutely familiar with what comes out of the back end of a bull. When I hear advertisement about duct cleaning and mold and UV lights, well, it's just about the same. Bull sparkles. Folks, I can't say this loud enough. Stop buying duct cleaning. Stop buying UV lights. It's bull sparkles. These mold scams are rampant. Stop buying bull sparkles. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949. Call 239-482-1542.
This message is sponsored by the Florida A&M University Medical Marijuana Education and Research Initiative, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
Mary on Demand is live. Start your marijuana education journey today. Learn at your own pace and check out the Medical Marijuana Education Series. You decide what you'd like to learn and when with Mary on Demand. Visit mary.famu.edu. That's mmeri.famu.edu. And remember, recreational marijuana is still illegal in Florida. Mary, educate, learn, talk.
105.9 Fox Sports Radio.
Tonight's item of the game is your chance to get select jerseys for just $99. Don't miss this chance to get your favorite player's jersey and your favorite Heat looks at a great discount. Take advantage now at MiamiHeatStore.com or one of our store locations. Celtics up 41-23 after one. They finished a 20-7 run. Over the last 4:45, Tatum had all 9 of his points during said run. As we take a look at the numbers on the official scores report, it's mystifying when you think about it. I mean, the Heat took one more shot, but Boston made 3 more. 6 more threes in the mix, plus 4 more makes at the line.
Well, and it's the profile. 14 of Boston's 22 attempts are from 3. Miami's actually winning the paint by 2. They've taken 11 shots in the paint, but a lot of those are, and they're not bad shots, they're those pull-up jumpers. Bam missed a couple, but those don't draw fouls, right? And so that's the other thing, the free throw line. 5 for 7 is Boston, 1 for 1 is Miami. And here's Tyler back in the game, and it's not on one guy, but he's got to get himself going, absolutely.
0 for 5 in his first 8 minutes, 0 for 3 from downtown. Robinson, Herro, Adebayo, Jovic, and Martin on the floor against Tatum, Holiday, Pritchard, Hauser, and Cornell. Caleb up top, jab step for 3, misses. He had lost Hauser, create the room, but couldn't connect. Rebound by Tatum, and bring it up, right-hand dribble, right side of the arc. Tyler in front. Tatum will take his time, get on the shot clock. Still behind the arc, now making his move to the free throw line. Fade away, high arcing, and bobbles in for Jason Tatum. He's 3 for 3, his first 2. He has 11 points, 3 for 5 from the line. 4 rebounds and a single assist. Boston up 20.
Oh, and Nico.
Stay that way as Nico has an air ball from the left side of the arc.
And it's unfortunate because he just crossed Tatum and shifted him right over. I'm wondering if it threw Nico off a little bit how wide open it was. It looked pretty, but it unfortunately didn't catch the backboard.
Boston 43-23 early here in the second quarter. Tatum back up top has Nico. He's trying to cross him. Nice contest. It was enough to get him off the mark. Caleb chases it down, beats Pritchard to it. Feeds Duncan on the run, who gets to Nico, moves it to Martin for 3. It rattles out.
In and out,
that was right in halfway down. But Caleb is 1 for 3 from downtown. Here's Holiday powering on Tyler. The fade knocks down the mid-range jumper from the right side, mid-post.
It's just, what can you do? You've got to make shots, and they're good looks.
Here's Tyler, gets the right baseline, ball gets knocked away. It's going to stay Heat ball. 15-6 remain on the shot clock. Here comes Brown, who hit 4 of his first 7 shots. 8 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. And 7 minutes for Brown as Pritchard will take a seat. Inbound, Martin gets it up top. Adebayo lobs it to Tyler to his left, who snaps it to Duncan, gets it to Nico. Jab step right in front of the Heat bench, fires over the top of Brown, little long. Rebound for Tatum, gets it to Holiday. He'll bring it right up the middle. Looking to his right. Has Hauser, flips it to him, sets a screen, and down goes Holiday as Robinson slams into that screen. For Robinson, that's his first personal. Team's first here in the second quarter. 9:55 on the clock in the second quarter with Boston dominating. Inbound to Holiday, flips it back, up top to Tatum. Spring frogging right in front of him is one Tyler Herro. Tries to get rid of him. Tyler's holding his ground, but Tatum getting closer. He misses from the dotted line. Bam taps it to himself, brings it down. The spin move on Holiday. Looks at the Duncan who feeds Bam. And one hand over the top of Luke Cornett. Got it to go.
Bam's not packing it in. I mean, that was great effort from the rebound, the carry, and then the pitch to Duncan, and then relocating. He's moving at a great pace. He understands that they're going to push back here. They got to do it quickly.
And one for Brown as he faded away at the free throw line. Got it. And then some more. Fouls on Herro, his first, team's second. Brown to the line for the first time with Boston up 47-25.
Just watching
9:18 here in the second.
Yeah, just watching the replay, and I didn't see it. Tyler stayed square, and because Jaylen Brown faded away, and Drew Holiday just stepped out of bounds twice on the rebound.
But he got the miss. There wasn't a Heat jersey in position to get it. Brown, spin, put it up, got it around Bam. Pop it in from the mid-post on the left side. Another timeout for Miami. Unfortunately, timeouts only stop the time, not the bleeding. It's a 24-point game, and we're not to the halfway point here in the second quarter.
You know, if you're Miami right now, I don't even want them looking up at the scoreboard. This is about playing tough and playing hard, understanding that this Boston team has been waiting for this for an entire year, right? And they're looking like it. They're playing like it.
Celtics on an 11-2 run over the last 3:24, and they just keep running and running up 49-25. 9:05 remains here in the second quarter. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
This is Jason Jackson with the Miami Heat, and I'm here to introduce you to Accordis, preferred partner of the Miami Heat. Accordis provides the latest technology to help us and many more enterprises like yours to thrive with their solutions for network, managed print, IT security, and more. They hold one of South Florida's largest authorized partner networks, partnering with Cisco, Microsoft, Samsung, LG, Xerox, Dell, HP, and dozens more. Accordis gives your business the fast and effective tech game plan it needs to continue to win. To start winning with us, contact Accordis today at 1-888-331-3134 or visit them at www.accordiscorp.com.
Imagine a bank that is always in your court, one that sees their customers as part of a team with a common goal to achieve your dreams. Well, imagine that. There is one. We're Amerant. We're ready to help you wherever you are in life, and just as importantly, wherever you want to go. Because at Amerant, we want you to live a life beyond what you could imagine. Amerant, official bank of the Miami Heat. Member FDIC.
Injured in a crash? You deserve Anajar and Levine. We stand up to the big insurance companies. They want you to settle for a fraction of what your case is worth, but we'll fight to get you the maximum money for your injuries. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference. Call me, Glenn Levine, at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Main office, Fort Lauderdale.
Can health insurance be a doorway to a healthier life? To yoga classes? To nutrition classes? To nurses you don't need an appointment to see? Or even community specialists who give you access to helpful resources? It can. Our Florida Blue Centers offer all that and a whole lot more. All you have to do is walk through the door. What else can health insurance do? Find out at FloridaBlue.com. Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
Back to Miami Heat action. The Heat is on the radio.
9:05 to go in the first half. Boston all over Miami, 49-25 in the second quarter. There are thoughts a la Mike Budenholzer, who couldn't stand the Heat, was forced out of the kitchen, that while Miami was flying to the NBA Finals, Joe Mazzulla might just go join Coach Bud on the sidelines. But cooler heads in the Celtic front office never gave it a thought. And here is the second-year coach, more experienced and wiser. Last week, think about this, things were a little bit different. Note the Game 3 shoot-around for a 6 o'clock contest, and the coach admits the identity they have is critical. This year, they're flexible and open-minded, including himself, where he was way too rigid last year. Mazzulla believes the Celtics are confident, but far from invincible. This series has shown how much so in either area. Well, Jax, tonight surely does.
You right about it, Tommy. They are not messing around in this first half. A lot of time to go still. Bam brings it up. He's 6 of 10. Just the rest of the team's 4 of 17. Here's Tyler up top. Uses a branch scheme left. Probes. Loses the rock. Cornette saves it. Oh, he didn't save it. Going out of bounds. So he catch a break there.
Yeah, Tyler was a little hesitant in terms of reading that two-man game, and Drew Holiday will poke that ball away if he sees it.
Tyler 0 for 5. Lob into Bam from Duncan. Baseline inbound, pump fake. Drives on Cornette, fades. Cornette got a piece of that one. Big fella got up in the air, doing Porzingis' job. Luke Cornette at 7-2. Ball swings around to Holiday. He knocks down a three on the left side of the arc. 52-25, 8:30 here in the second quarter. Boston trying to pull away even further. Up 27. Out to the rebound. Off the Heat miss. Tyler now 0 for 4 from downtown. 0 for 6 for the contest. Tatum, pump fake. Pushes off. Martin loses a rock, but taps it. Right to Holiday, who gets it to Brown. They'll pull it back out top. 8 on the shot clock. Switch into Tyler. Tyler stayed in front, so he'll fire a three and make the three. A 44-14 run. Boston is clobbering Miami. Up 55-25 at the 7:47 mark in the second quarter. Duncan simmers in a little bit with a runner right at the rack. Duncan's first take is a make. Inside, a hard foul. As Brown went in for another rack attack. Nico didn't let it be an easy one. Not a make.
We're seeing, we say shot making is contagious on one end of the court. Mm-hmm. The shot missing has been contagious for Miami. You can almost feel it, right? Where it's like, here we go again. We can't buy a bucket, and it's just tough. I'm not going to say that they haven't gotten good looks, Jax. I think they've gotten pretty good looks.
Another miss at the line from Brown.
Boston clearly had something to prove tonight, too, right? With the Kristaps Porzingis going out and not sure how long he's going to be out. Clearly that's part of their conversation, too, right? Like, we've got to show that we can still play, and when they're shooting the ball the way they are right now, no one's going to beat them, right? I mean, they're 10 for 20 for 17 from the three.
Brown missed them both. He's 0 from the line. Boston up, though, 55-27. It hasn't hurt him. 7:26 here in the second quarter. Plus Brown has 15 along with White as well. They combined for 30. The Heat have 27 points combined.
All right, Tyler Herro. Here we hit it wide open. And by the way, he was wide open. Of course he was, right? Like Boston, this is go down this much.
Tyler makes it from 24. 1 for 5 from downtown. 1 for 7 for the game. Horford double team. Right side of the paint goes up, knocked away by Duncan. Ball deflected, and it's off of Bam's hands. Tatum thought better have tried to grab that thing on the right baseline, and he was smart for it. 4.7 on the shot clock for Boston. They enjoy their 25-point lead. Inbound to Brown, pump fake. He's got right on an island, fires. He misses from the right elbow. They get left elbow. Apologize. I have to always do the inversion from our glorious broadcast location here in TD. And a turnover by Duncan, trying to get it to Bam, and White snatched it on the bounce. He'll bring it up. He has Bam, so kicks it to his left to Holiday. He's Horford mid-post, 2 hands. Come on, Duncan. Did what he could. Got Horford off the ball with no whistle. He kicked it out to Tatum up top. Martin's got him smothered, and Bam rips it away. Kick ahead, up, hard foul by White, and it still goes. I don't know how Caleb did it. He slung that arm out left and just flipped it and got it in. That foul for White. That'll be his first. Team's first here in the second quarter.
Well, it started from the intense defense from Caleb Martin one-on-one on Tatum. I'm talking about body to body on the perimeter. Bam was able to get his hand on the deflection, but I feel like I've been saying a lot the last couple weeks. Caleb moves differently than most guys. He's got a different twitch. So that finish right now that we just saw, it's like his everyday thing, right? Like it really is. Like,
but it's
that's
still
just
remarkable.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But that's what I think makes him so special. And it's unfortunate that he hasn't been able to be as consistent in this first round. But he's been banged up too. I know they don't use it as an excuse, but
listen, he was the 3-and-D standout on Monday. Led the team and made threes with 4, had 2 steals, got a whistle on the other side. As Tatum is whining about something that has nothing to do with him. I don't even know what he's upset about.
Well, that was on the floor.
That Tyler had with Horford.
That was on the floor.
Ball punched out. He got him on the gather, too. Tyler fouled Horford twice as he was trying to move across the paint. But they called it on the second when he was already
No,
down.
They called it on the first.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Well,
as they should have. That was the right. Yeah. Tyler just, mouse in the house if you make a decision.
Exactly. The inbound to White, he'll drive, flip it up. He's got to go on the float. And Duncan was right there. Here's Bam. Feeds Tyler on the cut for the easy right-hand layup. As he was making his way right down the middle of the paint to feed from the left side. Boston up 57-35. 5:40 remains in the first half. Here's Pritchard working on the right side of the arc. Bounce pass to Horford. He's got Tyler again. Double team comes from Duncan. Back out to Pritchard. He'll drive into the paint. Kick it. Deflected by Caleb and right to the hands of Brown. Brings it all the way across the baseline. Kicks it out top to White for 3. Misses it at the end of the shot clock. Horford gets the offensive rebound to Brown for 3. He misses that. Another tap around. And it's Horford now getting all fired up. He's got everybody in here on his feet as he is applauding himself. Working hard to get these offensive rebounds and second opportunities. That foul on the second opportunity is on Martin.
And Caleb was just trying to box him out.
And Boston's in bonus, so Al goes to the line for more adoration and an opportunity to add to Boston's 22-point lead. It's up, and it's out. That's one thing Boston's not doing today. They've missed 6 of 11 free throws so far in the contest.
They don't need them.
Want to rep your Miami Heat on the road? Head to your local DMV office or log on to heat.com/viceplate for a list of locations to purchase the best license plate in the state. Portion of the fees benefits associated charities and the Florida Sports Foundation. So log on to heat.com/viceplate to get your plate. Second one goes for Horford. He has 4 to go with 4 points and 3 assists. There's Tyler getting one in from about 3 feet.
Well, it's
his third make it 9 tries.
Off the 2-man game, Jax. Just calm and compose. Get to the rim. Make an easy rim, but you got to get stops.
Richard loses it inside. They're going to call a late whistle on Duncan, who was disruptive on Pritchard as he got down to the baseline on the right side of the rack. For Duncan, that's his second personal foul. Told you we're in bonus time. Boston still has 3 to give at the 4:54 mark before Miami can enjoy the same thing on the other end.
They've missed 6 free throws, Boston. They've missed 9 threes tonight. Think about that. Pritchard
on the board, which is notable. He had his second scoreless game of the series on Monday. His attempt in this game was his first in 96 minutes from the floor.
I think he knows his role in terms of, like, he's a ball hawk defender first. He's more than capable, of course, of taking over game or hitting some big shots. But when you got guys like Derek White going off for 38, maybe you're not taking as many shots tonight. Maybe you're giving them to your buddy.
Nice lob to Bam from Tyler, cracking it down on the right side. And Delon Wright breaking things up. And it's Miami ball.
Derek White stepped over the line on the inbounds, I
before he
believe.
even got it in to Pritchard on the left side. And they were trying to create some drama. As Bam threw it down, Horford went on a full sprint the other way. And so Derek probably a little eager to get it in. The Pritchard to pick it up quick to Horford. And Horford will take a seat. 13 minutes stepping into the starting role for the injured Porzingis. Here's Bam. Jumper goes over Cornette. Outside the left block.
You get it to 19 with 4.5 minutes left. You know, can you get it to that 12-minute mark? Increments. We've been saying it a lot this series, but it's so important when you go down big and not getting defeated, understanding that they don't go deep. So they're playing their guys.
Here's Holiday, draws a foul on Wright, attacking on the left side. No bucket. He'll go to the line. The Heat have pushed back 16-5 to make it 60-41. Sounds wild.
In the last couple minutes, Jax, every time Miami's made a basket, on the other end, Boston's at the free throw line. So they're picking up points, but then also drawing fouls. And where you just really got to lock in. You put yourself in this position, you've got to be great on two ends.
Made free throw by Holiday in his first trip. 9-15 for Boston. Richard and Holiday here clean it up, but looked a little messy at the line for Boston. 63% from the floor in the game and 63% from the free throw line. As Holiday makes them both, 62-41. Boston in front here in the 4-minute mark here in the second quarter. Here's Tyler snipping back to Bam. Pump makes the three, drives on Cornette, puts one up, hard, missed it.
Nothing.
Bam got fouled. I mean, just got hit full body by Cornette. No whistle. Timeout on the floor. Heat in the hole. Trying to dig out from 21 down. That hole was once 30, so they're making headway. They have 3:56 to do some more damage here in the second quarter. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
Fly to Philly, take off to Tampa, depart for Denver. Following your team on the road is more rewarding with the American Airlines Advantage program. Your flights and everyday spend not only earn you miles towards your next trip, but also loyalty points toward Advantage status. All the more reason to purchase both a home and away jersey. With status comes great benefits like priority boarding, free checked bags, and complimentary upgrades. Not a member? Enroll for free today at AA.com. American Airlines, you are why we fly. Terms and conditions apply.
Ticketmaster's got you covered with a wide selection of seats available for every game. As the official ticket marketplace of the Miami Heat and the NBA, Ticketmaster gives you more ways to find your perfect seat. And if your plans change, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell or transfer your tickets. Plus, mobile tickets make getting in on game day a breeze. Buy or sell tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/heat.
At the UPS store, not every small business needs the same thing, but every small business needs something. We're the scanning and faxing store, the printing store, the packing and shipping store,
I need my designing place and my printing place to be the same place store.
We're the one-stop, right around the corner, everything you need so you can be unstoppable store. The UPS store. Be unstoppable. The UPS store locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
You begged for more. So now, Blink 182 are coming again. One more time. Live at Kaseya Center, Friday, June 21st. With special guest, Pierce the Veil. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Emergency contact. Blink 182, the brand new album, One More Time, is available everywhere now. Visit Blink182.com.
Back to Miami Heat action. The Heat is on the radio.
The Celtics lead the Heat in Game 5, 62-41. 3:55 remains in the second quarter. And just like in Game 4 in Miami, it was a lot of Derek White in the first quarter. 15 of his 17 were in the opening period, where Miami also gave up a season-high 8 Celtics triples. Boston is now hit 10 of 19 overall from downtown, with Miami only connecting on 3 of their 13 attempts. It's been all Bam Adebayo for the Miami Heat. He has 18 points, with Tyler Herro picking up his offense a bit here in the second quarter with 7. We'll talk more about it at halftime with the Bacardi halftime report. Now back to Jax and Amy at the TD Garden.
Alejandro, thank you very much. Until then. So there's still a little bit of a window here for Miami to push a little more, Amy. Able to get it off 30. That was at the 8-minute mark. Take another one of these 16-7 pushes, and all of a sudden you got yourself something manageable.
Well, much tighter second quarter, 21-18, still in favor of Boston, but unfortunately, right, you have to start winning some quarters. So you got to get your stops. I'm going to start there all the time.
Up top, it's Tatum. Looking back left, gives it into the hands of Cornette to Brown for a throwdown. Bing, bang, boom. 17 points on the board for Brown. 64-41 Boston, 3:30 to go till halftime. Martin up top, looking left, a bounce pass right to Bam, inside the yard. Hand off to Mills, who's back in, gets it to Wright for 3. Misses from the right corner. And Karam kick, stolen away by Wright as Holiday and Brown couldn't connect. Gets to Mills, now to Tyler, left side of the arc. That's Tatum in front, Bam screen. Tyler, the baby float. A little too high, a little too hard. Ball's loose, though, on the rebound from Tatum, was right into White's hands. He falls down like a globetrotter, still dribbling, pulls it back outside. Boston 64, Miami 41. 2:48 here in the second quarter. Boston wants to be done with Miami. Tatum misses the jumper from the right elbow. One hop rebound by Tyler. He jumps into a 3. He's 1 for 6 from 3. And now a jump ball. Brown thought he had an easy rebound. Mills said, nah, baby, nah.
And you know
got to work for it.
You know what Patty Mills just did? He just looked at Tyler and clapped his hands and said, good job. Because Tyler has to shoot that shot.
Yep.
It doesn't feel good when you're not having a good shooting night. But if this team even stands a chance on getting back, he's got to catch fire. In order to do that, he's got to keep taking them. That time he saw Bam running to the rim in transition, so he let it fly. If that ball falls and Bam, you got an offensive rebound.
Boston wins the tip. Brown has the rock. Mills in front. Brown clears out. Cornette drives. And an offensive foul.
Yeah, Ben Taylor had that angle there.
Jaylen Brown came driving down, throwing yet another elbow. At what point is that going to be flagrant, by the way? We already got stitches on one guy who's filling in
that's because
as a lead guard, and then we're on our fourth point guards on the floor, and he has to catch one to the net.
And he's with his left hand, and Patty Mills forcing him left. He's not as comfortable.
Nice lob up top that Bam had to bring down from Patty. Now a jumper that rattles out for Bam as he kept moving back away from the bucket with Cornette in his face. Turnover, Boston, right to the hands of Wright. Brown, little butter on the biscuits. Wright goes right in. I mean, right on Cornette. Looks up at him, kicks it out to Tyler for 3. He misses from the right corner pocket. Bam trying to keep it alive, but right into the hands of Cornette, and he drops it right to Holiday. Push it up right side, lob in, and push off by Tatum. Full extended push off in the face of Mills, not called. He gets the easy bucket instead. 66-41. 1:20 to go in the first half. Boston doing whatever they want. Whistle on the other end. 3 seconds on Boston. Bam will go to the line to take the free throw.
It's just so exhausting, Jax, to watch because Miami now defensively, I think they had a couple of really solid possessions, but then they can't convert on the other end, and then it starts to pile up again, right? Where you just start getting back on your heels to a 25, might get 24-point game as Bam hits the free throw.
As he makes that bucket, it's the first point scored by Miami in 3 game minutes.
Yeah, well, and you can't do that, right, against the offense as potent as Boston. who, by the way, is having a great shooting night, too. You know,
shooting 64%, including 53 from three. It's Mills. It's the dive to try to get a pass off along the baseline. He at least bounced off the legs of a Boston defender. I'd love to tell you who, but this crappy position they put us in here in Boston doesn't allow me because it's on the far baseline. Inbound to Bam. Gets to the free throw line, top of the circle jumper, misses that. Caroms off to the left, right to the hands of Brown for another rebound. His fifth. He's over 17 points. And I mean, Patty Mills has turned it into a Tasmanian devil. Trying to bust that up as the Cavs will bring up by Boston, but
Spo's
just
not
a
happy.
Boston ball.
What is Spo not happy about? He's fighting for his guys a little bit. Patty Mills, I gotta say, in his opportunities in the last couple games, he has been outstanding. He's provided great energy on both ends of the court, and Horford subbing in here for Cornette. They're clearly just going to play again, mismatch each other out.
So the exact same push-off that Tatum just gave Caleb. Caleb gave Tatum, but now Tatum's going to the line. Push. Give me a no call there. One guy pushes, another guy pushes. I got nothing there. Tatum to the line, nevertheless, where he's 3 for 5.
That's been consistent. That's one thing that we can say.
Oh, yeah.
Consistent.
Oh, yeah, let's get the Darling to the next round. Up and in. He has 14.
And Caleb's talking to Mark Davis. It was upsetting, right? Because you just want to be...
Don't see it one way. That's it. That's all you ask. Boston 67-42 after that made free throw.
You still got to get tougher, right? And look at Spo now telling Mark Davis the same thing.
Tatum now 5 of 7 from the line after that second make. He has 15. 8 rebounds and 2 assists. He trails 68-42, 46 seconds until halftime. As Holiday had both of Tyler's elbows held before letting him get to Horford. And Bam takes advantage of that switch. Gets the jumper over the top of his soon-to-be USA basketball teammate, Mr. Drew Holiday.
Mouse in the house with great patience. I got to say, Bam, I know he's missed a couple of his easy jumpers, but...
He's got 21 at the half.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Ball almost loose, but gets to Brown for 3. He misses. Holiday comes flying in, gets that rebound in front of Martin. And that's why he's a difference maker. Don't go looking for points or a ton of assists. That man came into this game plus 50 for the series as Tatum shakes and misses a long 2 from inside the arc on the left side. 10 seconds to go in the half. Right with the ball, driving. Gets Tatum off and reverses. Got it up and in. These people have a nerve to ooh and ah, push off. That's all you watch with Zero. All the time. Relax. A missed 3 by White on the left side of the arc. I can't because I care. Gang Green. 68-46 Boston in front of Miami. And we still have another half to play.
You just regroup if you're Miami. Listen, I know it's overwhelming. It's a 22-point game. The one thing we do know about Boston is they don't use their bench. What you've seen is what you're going to get in terms of your rotation. You have to come out and hit first in the second half, or they're going to look to extend this lead. But 22 points, can you get that? I always use 12. Can you get it to that 15-12 going into the fourth quarter?
Can I get a hot dog? I am starving like Marvin over here.
I don't know, Jack.
Do they have concierge in this place?
I don't know if I trust the hot dogs here.
Let's take a break. When we come back, it's the Bacardi Halftime Report with Tommy and Alejandro. The Heat trail by 22. Largest lead, 8 more than that, so there is that. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
There's only one name for carpet in Southwest Florida, and that's the Floormeisters. If you're looking for carpet, now's the time to visit their store and check out Dreamweaver Select. It's the Carpet Man's carpet with beautiful patterns for every style, along with a great warranty, even for stairs. Dreamweaver is thicker than your normal Berber carpet and just as tough. Floormeister stocks 15 colors and they'll install in a week or less. They're on Naples Boulevard next to Costco or at floormeisters.com.
Start your day with news where you live. With Wink, you're closer to home. I'm Corey Lazar. It's what's happening in your city, what's new in your neighborhood, and what to expect where you'll be today. If your local news seems light on local news, change the channel to Wink for the most local news, weather, and traffic in Southwest Florida. Weekday mornings on Wink. First, fair, everywhere.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest organization of wartime veterans in the nation. We've served America in uniform, and we continue to serve through our membership in the American Legion. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and what it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. We're at the forefront to protect our flag from acts of desecration. We have many programs that teach our youth about the rights and responsibilities of citizenship and what a gift it is to be an American. And you can find us marching down main streets in small towns and big cities all across America, showing our support and pride for our veterans and their families. Go to Legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
105.9 Fox Sports Radio.
It's a white-hot Heat halftime show on the Miami Heat audio experience. Presented by Bacardi.
Bacardi. It doesn't matter if you're courtside or in the 400 level. Enjoy yourself like you're the most valuable player. Bacardi. Live passionately. Drink responsibly.
Right. Pump fake for three. Don't want to see that tonight. Here's Bam. He knocks down the three from up top. Corralling it in from Wright, who didn't want to pull the trigger.
Which he's pulled on 17 occasions, Mr. Adebayo, playing all 24 minutes. He's the high man in the contest with 21. Unfortunately, as much as he's been giving, it's not enough. Our score through 24, Boston 68, Miami 46. Let's welcome in Alejandro Solana. And the game was tied at 11. We thought, okay, maybe they could match them bucket for bucket in this game and play decent defense. Celtics went to work, a pair of Bam buckets, including that three, the second of his career in the postseason. Then before you blinked, the home team was off and running. And when they get going like they have been throughout this series, it's kind of hard to slow you down whoever you have in the lineup.
Yeah, Miami couldn't afford a 19-5 run by the Celtics. They couldn't afford being down 20-plus in the first half, and here they are. The good news is, as Jax highlighted right at the end before he broke for halftime, is that this lead was a lot worse than what it is right now at 22. It's been all Bam Adebayo and pretty much nothing else for the Miami Heat. You love the effort that Bam is giving you. You love the second quarter from the Miami Heat, just trying to fight with whatever they possibly can. Bam taking a career high for any half, 17 shot attempts in that game. But the bottom line is Boston once again outscoring Miami from deep, 30-9 advantage there, and a 12-3 advantage at the foul line.
Our halftime score, Boston 68, Miami 46. Up next, a garden variety type of tilt on display. Alejandro rejoins us with a look at the key numbers in tonight's game in a matter of moments. This is the Bacardi halftime report in the Miami Heat audio experience.
Hey, it's the Good Greek Spiro, and I have some exciting news. Good Greek has been awarded National Mover.
Yes, but money did help you buy an RV, which means an excuse from working Saturday with your insufferable coworker, Dave. So money is helping you listen to birds chirp instead of Dave chirping about how his toddler is fluent in 3 languages. And it's also why you'll be smelling pine trees in the air, not Dave's tuna melt reheating in a microwave. So save money by bundling your RV or boat insurance with home or auto from Progressive and buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
When it comes to basketball in Florida, Valley Sports Sun is the heart of the state, bringing you to the hardwood for all the biggest moments.
Come on! He's on fire!
Watch your hometown team turn up the temperature as they battle the very best around the league.
Oh, my.
Plus, pregame with your favorite Valley Sports team before and after each game for the Heat Live pre- and post-game shows.
Yes.
Catch the Heat all season long on Valley Sports Sun, the Valley Sports app, and Valley Sports Plus.
Time for more of the halftime show on the Miami Heat audio experience.
Our score at recess, Boston 68, Miami 46. Well, Alejandro, in the first quarter, the Celtics shot 67% from the field and 57 from three. I figured if the Heat defense stood up just a little bit, but then again, you think about it, this is a clinic the Celtics are putting on where White, Brown, and Tatum are doing more than you could expect for Porzingis' absence. For Miami, I seem to think, you said it before, it's Bam left, Bam right, and Bam down the middle.
Yeah, it's been Bam and Tyler in the pick and roll in that second quarter, and it kind of seemed like Tyler Herro was picking it up a little bit, but overall, an 0-5 first quarter once again. He's just 3 of 12. He's missed 6 of his 7 attempts from long range. He pulled up for a 3 late in that second quarter, and I heard what Jackson and Amy were saying. He's got to take those shots, and I think we're all in agreement there. The only chance Miami has is if Tyler Herro starts knocking down those threes. But on the defensive end, it just seems like the mismatch has been Tyler Herro, Derek White going at him, Jaylen Brown going at him, Jason Tatum going at him as well. Tyler did a good job earlier in this series, kind of standing strong on the defensive end, but tough ass to do game in after game in with this potent offense that, as you mentioned, Tommy, putting on a clinic.
Yeah, 29 shots for both Herro and Bam, and this one for 28 points. Tonight's broadcast is presented by Kaseya, the official IT solutions partner of your Miami Heat. Our halftime score, Boston 68, Miami 46. Still ahead, paper clips are not in L.A. I look in on other NBA activity in mere moments. You're listening to the Bacardi Halftime Report on the Miami Heat audio experience.
Can health insurance be a doorway to a healthier life? To yoga classes? To nutrition classes? To nurses you don't need an appointment to see? Or even community specialists who give you access to helpful resources? It can. Our Florida Blue Centers offer all that and a whole lot more. All you have to do is walk through the door. What else can health insurance do? Find out at FloridaBlue.com. Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield. Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc.
Andrea Bocelli. In concert. Sponsored by Stifel. Presented locally by the Adrian Arch Center. December 22nd, 7:30 p.m. Kaseya Center. The world's most romantic voice. Andrea Bocelli. In concert. Tickets on sale now at KaseyaCenter.com.
Boot Barn honors a Western legacy built by those who persevere through resourceful determination. Ariat honors that same legacy by bringing innovative technology to classic pieces. Driven by a dedication to the craft, Ariat blends timeless Western artistry with advanced performance features for the modern cowboy and rodeo athlete. Out west, ingenuity is second to none. Ariat at Boot Barn.
Time for more of the halftime show on the Miami Heat audio experience.
Welcome back, everybody. Our score at the break, Boston 68, Miami 46. Well, Alejandro, Bam Adebayo looking to extend his 20-point-per-game streak in the postseason to 10 by the break. The lone bright spot on the Heat score sheet, as you mentioned, he has 21 already. 3-ball we know is not falling for Miami, but what else can the Heat do to make this a little bit easier on themselves offensively? The point total more or less is okay, but this is not the type of defense we expected.
Yeah, it's not, Tommy. And look, this is what happens when you go up with such an elite team. We all talked about the scoring numbers that Boston had, even without Kristaps Porzingis, their record this season. So this is familiar territory for them, playing without their big men, and they've shown you that they haven't skipped a beat. I know, the shots aren't falling from deep for Miami, but I don't see another way for them to get back in this ball game if the threes don't fall for them. So I expect them to continue to do that. Bam played all 24 minutes in that first half, and if the Heat are going to have a chance here, you imagine it's going to be a lot more Bam Adebayo as we saw, and hopefully those threes start to fall for the Heat as well.
On the NBA Wednesday evening playoff scoreboard, Dallas and the Clippers tipping off at a little after 10 o'clock, probably about 10:10. That's game number 5 with that series tied at 2. Kawhi Leonard sitting out once again for the Clippers with knee soreness. Our halftime score, Boston 68, Miami 46. That's tonight's Bacardi Halftime Report, presented by Bacardi. Live passionately, drink responsibly. Bacardi USA, Coral Gables, Florida. When we return, we'll rejoin Jason Jackson and Amy Audibert with second half action. This is the Bacardi Halftime Report on the Miami Heat audio experience.
It seems like all this AI stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Phoebe from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach your kid to ride a bike? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. It's an impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder those things don't usually work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort. See what we can do for you with a free fitting. Just stop in or schedule an appointment. With over 200 stores, there's likely one near you. Check us out at the Good Feet stores in Naples or Fort Myers or at goodfeet.com.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling tip of the day. You know, I love hearing from these jack-of-all-trade guys getting into the air conditioning business because they're bored. Were they trained to cut grass or maybe to fix the roof? I don't know. Maybe they were trained to clean the septic tank. It seems like everybody with a truck wants to be in the AC business. My advice? Steer clear of the companies that don't employ NATE-certified mechanics. Let the roofer fix the roof. Let the plumber fix the drains. But when it comes to your air conditioner, the most complicated system in your house, stick with people that know what they're doing. Employ NATE-certified mechanics like the ones at Kobe Cooling. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949.
1059 Fox Sports Radio.
Back to Miami Heat action. The Heat is on the radio.
Tonight's item of the game is your chance to get select jerseys for just $99. Don't miss this chance to get your favorite player's jersey and your favorite Heat looks at a great discount. Take advantage now at MiamiHeatStore.com or one of our store locations. You know, a general thinking here at any halftime is whatever advantage or whatever trouble you got in, you got time to get out. It happened to that time frame. The challenge is the Miami Heat offense having enough in it to do it.
Jax, once again, some of these games, these numbers have been mind-boggling. Miami has actually taken 6 more shots from the field than Boston. But Boston's a plus 21 points, that is, from 3. And they've taken 15 more free throws. There's your game, right? I mean, there is your game. And the other huge discrepancy here is the rebounding. 28-12 in favor of the Celtics. And I know there's been a couple more on the board because Miami is not shooting 59% from the field like Boston. But when you look at the numbers, Miami is where they want to be. They want to get up shots at a high clip. They just haven't, here we go again, where they're just like, some of these shots have been good. They're just in and out. They're not fouling. And unfortunately, you get to this point in the season, you need to stop teams, but you sure as heck need to score too. And I think that's something we've heard Spo say a lot in the last week and a half, right? Like, we also need to put points up on the board, and 46.5 when you gave up 41 in the first quarter is tough.
Here's a tough one. How about this? In the last 3 playoffs, the Celtics have not closed out a team in Boston. Eliminated the Hawks in 2023 in Atlanta. Eliminated the Nets in 2022 in Brooklyn. And then, that thing in 2022 in Miami.
Yeah.
So, they're ready to make some things happen. Hey, before we get started with the second half, Amy, may I take a moment to wish my younger brother, we don't call him little around here, Jeffrey Tilson Jackson. He will turn 50 years old tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday, Jeff.
My man, welcome to the club.
Wouldn't it be nice? Oh, Miami, 4 points away from the club. Let's get there quick. Let's get there quickly. If they can put a quick little push on here to start the second half, you never know.
Start believing, right?
Yeah.
Ball moving from left to right in this second half for Miami. Here's Bam. Jumper. Misses the midi from mid-post left side. Tatum gets a rebound, harassed by Mills, so gets it up to White. Pushing up the right-hand side. Gets it back to Tatum. Downhill. Runs over White. I should say right. And that foul will be on him. We're just getting in the way of the locomotive. With Jason Tatum.
Here's going to be the 20th free throws, and for Boston, Delon was trying to ride him up a little bit, and there's definitely contact. I think you got to call that one.
Want to rep your Miami Heat on the road? Head to your local DMV office or log on to Heat.com.
Facebook.com/Vice Plates for a list of locations to purchase the best licensed plate in the state, a portion of the fee benefits associated charities, and the Florida Sports Foundation. So log on to heat.com/Vice Plates to get yours. A miss and a make for Tatum at the line. Herro misses the right baseline jumper.
Miami, the first two possession jacks, mid-range jumpers. They're open, but as a good defensive team, I think those are shots you want teams to take, right? Like, don't heat up from three, don't get to the paint.
Brown draws a foul on Tyler. Tyler getting the worst of it, doubled over in the paint on the right side as Brown goes to the line where he has been unsuccessful.
But same thing. I mean, he's clipping Tyler in the head with his elbow.
And that's the third guy he's got, right? And only one foul on him. Yeah, when he put the 7 stitches in the face of Delon Wright.
That's tough for Tyler because he did his job. He stayed in front and square with his feet. And he stayed within his airspace, which he's allowed to do. I think when you catch somebody with an elbow in the face, that's supposed to go the other way. But that's only how it was explained to us, so maybe that was wrong.
Brown made both at the line. He's 2 for 5. Mills, the fadeaway up top. He misses. Flat-footed rebound for Tatum. He'll bring it up. He sees Bam. Lob over the top of Mills to Horford. He'll kick it out to Brown for 3. He misses. Nice job by Caleb boxing out White, making it easy for Bam to get the rebound. He'll push it up on Horford. Eyeballing him, shaking him. Free throw line jumper. Foul ball's out. Tatum taps it to himself for the rebound. Right around the body of Wright. He didn't love it. Here's Horford up top. Kicks it to his right. Into the hands of White. Dribbles to his left at the top of the arc. Kicks it back right to Tatum. Feeds Horford. Gets it up and under and in. Horford's second bucket in 3 tries in 16 minutes. Getting the start in the place of the injured Kristaps Porzingis. Here's Bam. Fires from up top. Misses that 3. Rebound to Horford. Brown wanted it. Gets to White. White brings it to the left side of the arc. Kicks it back out top. To Tatum. Quick pass. To Holiday. Quicker out to White for 3. And he makes it timeout Miami. White. 4 of 7 from downtown. He's leading all scores. No, he's not. Just Boston scores with 20. Bam has 21. Celtics on an 8-0 push to start out this third quarter. Up 30 once again. 9:50 on the clock here in the third quarter. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
Imagine a bank that is always in your court, one that sees their customers as part of a team with a common goal to achieve your dreams. Well, imagine that. There is one. We're Amerant. We're ready to help you wherever you are in life, and just as importantly, wherever you want to go. Because at Amerant, we want you to live a life beyond what you could imagine. Amerant, official bank of the Miami Heat. Member FDIC.
You begged for more. So now, Blink 182 are coming again. One more time. Live at Kaseya Center, Friday, June 21st. With special guest, Pierce the Veil. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Emergency contact. Blink 182, the brand new album, One More Time, is available everywhere now. Visit Blink182.com.
Fly to Philly, take off to Tampa, depart for Denver. Following your team on the road is more rewarding with the American Airlines Advantage program. Your flights and everyday spend not only earn you miles towards your next trip, but also loyalty points toward Advantage status. All the more reason to purchase both a home and away jersey. With status comes great benefits like priority boarding, free checked bags, and complimentary upgrades. Not a member? Enroll for free today at AA.com. American Airlines, you are why we fly. Terms and conditions apply.
When it comes to basketball in Florida, Valley Sports Sun is the heart of the state, bringing you to the hardwood for all the biggest moments.
Come on! He's on fire!
Watch your hometown team turn up the temperature as they battle the very best around the league.
Oh, my.
Plus, pregame with your favorite Valley sports team before and after each game for the Heat live pre- and post-game shows.
Yes.
Catch the Heat all season long on Valley Sports Sun, the Valley Sports app, and Valley Sports Plus.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Back to Miami Heat action. The Heat is on the radio.
The Heat have started off this second half exactly the way they did not want to. 0 for 5 from the floor. Boston has hit 2 of 3, plus 3 of 4 from the line. The Heat have been outscored 8-0 to start the third. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow for station identification. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
105.9 Fox Sports Radio. We are WFSX HD2 Estero. Listen anytime on the Fox Sports Radio app.
Amy, I haven't really brought up this topic a lot. I don't think at all empirically in this series because it doesn't matter. They're not here. But you're missing 40 combined points just with Rozier and Jimmy Butler out of this series. This is a wonderful gift that Boston has received. And I assume there's not going to be a whole lot of chest pounding if and when they get out of this particular round.
Well, of course there's going to be. Look around.
Listen, feel free, but you're going to sound like an idiot. You know, it like literally is impactful. Now, Miami won't ever claim that.
Nope.
But there is an impact of missing 2 20-point scorers, particularly when you go look at just the data. If they were just average, in any of these other games, game 2 would have been a barn burner for Miami. Games 1 and 3, probably a little more nip and tuck. All that stuff's in a vacuum, and here's White for 3, and he got hit on the closeout by Caleb. Didn't make the bucket. He'll go to the line. But they can't go out of here on a victory lap, knowing full well that they caught a fortunate scenario that no one can control.
Well, I'm not going to speak for the locker room. Certainly the outside voices will, right? I mean, it is what it is, Jax. I mean,
that's not even a part of the discussion.
I hear what you're saying, but it is going to be that. It's interesting. What's going to be interesting, so right now, with White at the line with 2 more, he missed the first one. Largest lead of the game, ties the largest lead of the game, back to 30-point game. I'm curious to see if Joe Mazzulla at some point does not get some of the... You saw what happened with Porzingis. He hasn't done this the whole series. Like, he hasn't taken his guys out. I get it. Like, I do understand that, like, you want to play your best basketball. You shorten your rotation of playoffs. But, man, you got a better chance of turning an ankle when you're out on that court as opposed to sipping some Gatorade. And it's going to be interesting because if you really want to win a championship, that's a month and a half, almost 2 months of tough competitive basketball.
White made both. Tyler gets all the way down to answer on the other end. Tyler has missed 10 of his 14 offerings, but that wasn't one of them. He has 9 points. Tatum, pump fake. Tyler goes flying by. He steps back, fires a 3, misses from the left side. And Caleb gets the rebound, bounces off a Holiday, brings it up. Pauses at the arc, gets it to Bam. He'll power it down into the paint, throws up a hook on Horford. It doesn't go. Horford the rebound to Holiday, up to White. Jump pass, right to Bam. He didn't really want to pass it. I don't know, he kind of confused himself as to what he wanted to do. The Heat will take advantage. Tyler to Caleb for 3. It curls out from the left arm, all the way out to the hands of Caleb. Gets to the free throw line, gets it to Bam, flips it back out to Caleb. He pulls it back out on the right side as a screen from Bam. Not sure that was legal, but Tatum got through it and got a block on Martin.
Everyone was just watching Caleb on that possession. Hey, make something happen. And this is where, again, I understand it's a 30-point game. No one's happy. I think you still got to execute, right? I mean, you still got to try to get some good shots here.
Around the attack, reverse spin, left hand, got it up and in. He has 21. Matching the total of Bam. Game lead belongs to White. He has 22. Here's Bam, the sweeping hook. It won't stay in. White going the other way. Gets to Holiday on the right arc. He'll feed Horford, who's got Wright on his back. Pounded it in. Double team comes from Martin. He'll get up the scoop left hand for two. .82-48. Boston in control. Right, the attack. Got it. Came diving in from the left side of the arc and scooped it on the right side for
Thanks,
two.
Delon. Just quiet everyone down. My gosh. Al
Start
Horford
making
just
more tries.
scored on Delon Wright in the paint.
And Brown gets it over the top of Tyler at the other end. 84-50, Boston cruising. 6:47 here in the third. And a net ripper from Tyler Herro, who won't go down without more jumpers. 19-footer for him. He's got 11. We trail 84-52 as we're near the middle portion of the third quarter. Brown up top, Tyler there. Fires a three. Nothing doing for Brown on that one. Did he touch anything on that one? I can't tell. We are so far away from the other end of the floor. I have no idea.
I was letting you.
We're like two basketball courts away from the other end here at TD Garden.
Nico
So who knows?
Nico, I did see Nico check in though for Caleb.
Caleb will get a breather. Got a whistle. Going to be an offensive foul on Miami as Tyler was trying to get set up. Going to be on Bam. For Bam is first. Go with 21 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. For Bam Adebayo. That is 10 straight. 20-point playoff games. Going back to the NBA Finals of last spring.
And Jason Tatum now wrapping up Tyler on his screen. And he's upset about it, but I don't get it. There's a full-out bear hug on Tyler.
Tatum with the double-double. He's got 16 and 11 to go with 3 assists. That's his second personal foul. Tyler will bring it up. And then by Tatum. Nico trying to clear out some space. Bam, it's Tatum with the screen. So Tyler all the way in and got it to go. Left hand on the left side. Hero now with 13 points. 6 of 16 have connected for him. He's just 1 of 7 from downtown. He also has 3 rebounds and 3 assists. 84-54, 5:32 here in the third quarter. Tatum throws it into the right block to Horford, out to White. He misses the 3. H with the rebound and push. Pauses on the arc, feeds Bam, right side. He's got Brown to deal with. Lead it in, pump fake, gets some room, fades, puts up the jumper and misses. As Bam just couldn't get as much movement on Brown as he wanted. On the other end, Brown attacks. Bam misses the swipe from behind, and Brown wants to get a little more. Up 86-54. And White is trying to get under the skin of Tyler, who wanted to fire up a jumper on the left arc.
Well, it's a sensitive,
that's a dead ball.
It's a sensitive thing around here. It's isn't it? In the last game.
Hauser's coming in. And Tatum will sit down with 16 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and a block. Leading scorer is Brown for Boston, 25, trailed by the 22 of White. 21 points on the board for Bam Adebayo, 13 behind him for Tyler Herro. Nico back and forth with Bam. Drives down on Horford, scoops it underneath, got fouled. Love the intensity of the Celtics as they are up 32, contesting every whistle. Super
And
intense.
it's funny because the replay on the jumbo screen, I mean, Horford just raked him across his arms. It's a good aggressive take from Nico, who going to be an interesting offseason for Nico because I think he's generated so much confidence in himself in the last couple months, because when you're constantly working behind the scenes but not necessarily getting on the court, like, that's tough. But he's really starting to show this league and its fans who he is and what he can be at 20 years old. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he looks like next year, just putting it all together. He's going to go play in Paris, in the Olympics, and kind of like moving up. I don't know if he's going to be the big dog on campus for a really long time with the likes of Bam around and company, but, I think he's just kind of ascending into a different type of player.
It'll be a great experience for him. Bam as well. Spo will be there for Team USA on their staff. Nico made both free throws and a turnover by Brown on the other end. He's down by 30. Tyler, jumper from left elbow doesn't go. White the rebound. Handoff to Horford, fires it left to Brown. He'll pause up top. Snap it to Hauser, driving left baseline. Gets up and throws it down with two hands. Boston up 32. Hauser with 8 off the bench in 9 minutes. H gets 3 for a left baseline gallop for a crush himself. Boston Reserves up by 2, by the way, on Miami, 10-8. 88-58 where it counts.
With Jaime going out, and once again shortens your bench.
Hauser misses a 3 from the right corner pocket, a 1 bounce rebound by Wright. He'll push it up right side, look back left. Tried to shake Hauser, but lost the rock, so corrals himself, and Pritchard's going to get called for manhandling Tyler as he's cutting through. Tyler's had enough of all this handling, so he's going hard. Make them all work. Not foul for Pritchard, that's his first.
Drew Holiday defends Tyler great, but Peyton Pritchard wraps him up on the perimeter often, right? Like you can see it on, I go back and watch all the games, and you often see the bear hug, and you got to let Tyler move. He has to have freedom of moving on the perimeter. He gets away with it a lot, but for Tyler, that's frustrating. Of course it is.
White and Brown sit down. Holiday in, and who else is in there? Cornette's in. Bam gets a little 4-footer to go. He has 23. First assist for Nico. 88-60. Boston in front, 3 minutes to go here in the third. White pulls it back as the wave begins here in TD Garden. Three-pointer splashes for White, right side of the arc. His 5th make in 9 tries from downtown. He hit 8 on Monday night. Nico gets loose behind the black shirts of the Celtics and gets an easy lay-in on the left side of the bucket.
And Derek White hit that 3 over top of contested Niko Jovic. That is a ridiculously tough shot. Derek White is doing what Haywood or Caleb did last year, just got super hot in the series and nothing's stopping him.
He powers up a lob to Cornette. They're going to call basket interference on Big Lou.
And it was over top of the rim, over top of the cylinder, and
wipe it off the board.
Everyone's upset. You guys are still okay. I get it, but you're still okay.
Oh no, they want this one. They don't want the Heat's heart, they want their bone marrow.
Of course they do. That's what this series is.
91-62. Boston controlling things, to say the least. 2:20 remains in the third quarter. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
We love the game because anything can happen. There's no sure thing. Every play, every shot,
are you kidding me?
Every swing is a risk if you bet.
I can't believe that.
There's no easy money. There's no luck. And no one wins all the time. If you bet responsibly and always set a limit. Learn more at responsibleplay.org.
Getting ready to take on spring? Create your own outdoor oasis with legendary Steel tools. From mowers and blowers to trimmers and more, count on Steel to get it done this spring. Right now, save $30 on the American-made FS56 RCE trimmer. Real Steel. Find yours at SteelDealers.com. The FS56 RCE is made in America of U.S. and global materials. Offer valid for limited time only while supplies last. See participating dealer for details.
Ticketmaster's got you covered with a wide selection of seats available for every game. As the official ticket marketplace of the Miami Heat and the NBA, Ticketmaster gives you more ways to find your perfect seat. And if your plans change, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell or transfer your tickets. Plus, mobile tickets make getting in on game day a breeze. Buy or sell tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/heat.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Back to Miami Heat action. The Heat is on the radio.
2:20 to go in the third quarter. Boston on top of your Miami Heat, 91-62. We hear so much about the pomp and circumstance of what the playoffs are all about, the need for veteran experience and how things are called differently. Then again, Joe Mazzulla has a different take. Today he said he feels nothing really changes. Game 5 tonight has the same thought in his mind as the November 12th meeting with the Wizards, utilizing the old Gene Hackman and Hoosiers line that Alejandro never saw, that the basket is still 10 feet away and the foul line 15 feet away as well. It's still only a game, Philly. You got to bring it every single night like you did in February, March, or even last month. Well, teams are scoring less, field goal and three-point percentages are down, but where are the Wizards, folks? It's different, Coach. It's different. You want to win more now, and the Celtics are proving they're going to be tough to beat. No disrespect to the Heat, who had a pretty good season themselves, but Jax, Boston is really good.
Best at full strength, but they did a really nice job when Porzingis was down during the season. And they came out blazing in this one, ready to roll, even though they were down one of their key components. The Heat know all about being down key components.
And you really credit them tonight, Jax. This is different than a single game, right? Where you go in down one guy and you're like, hey, how can we just win? This is a series. You're going against familiar faces who also depleted, obviously, but the way he went out, you certainly could have put some shock into Boston, right? That was tough for them to see. They're beating up on a team that's missing 50 points a game tonight.
2 minutes to play in the quarter. And don't care. Nor should they. Consequence of competition. Here's Hauser. After the Heat couldn't connect between Tyler and Bam on the other end, White still firing threes. That one late in the shot clock, missed everything. Bam the rebound, pushing up, gets to Nico, feeds White, gets the reverse right, cooking on that baseline, and got it to go. 91-64 is the count. Boston in front, make it 93-64. After a little attack on the rack by Pritchard, Bam gets down to the baseline quick. Left block, Cornette on his back. Tight quarters, gives it to Highsmith. It squirts right out of his hands. White to Hauser for three. Tickle and slide on the right side. He's 3 for 4 from downtown. 13 of 30 have connected. That's 43% for Boston. Just 15% for Miami. 3 of 20. Bam up top. The drop by Cornette. Bam fires and misses. Holiday, the eventual rebounder. The Pritchard, he'll step into a 3. He misses. Wright will tap it to Tyler. Tyler will be in past the timeline. Attack, scoop it. He got a hit. So White, Holiday, Pritchard, Hauser, and Cornette. So still 2 starters for Boston out there. Up 96-64 with 12 minutes, 30.6 seconds remaining. Nearing the end of the third quarter. Tyler at the line.
Yeah, I thought Miami came out in the second half and missed their first 4 shots. And 2 mid-range jumpers. Those are the 2 I remember. 2 more. And Boston converted, right? That 8-0 run to start the second half. And that's what sets the tone.
The official score believes that Delon Wright is at the line.
Wrong team.
Wonderful.
Wrong player.
Yeah, wonderful resemblance between Delon and Tyler. Tyler made both free throws his first two, but right now they sit on the board for Delon Wright. 96-66, the number, however you make it, is, well, make it 98 at the miss of Holiday. Cracked down by Cornette on the left side of the rack. 6 seconds remain here in the third quarter. Right up top, moves it to Tyler, pump fake. Slides by Pritchard, fires a three, misses to end the third quarter. Boston 98, Miami 66. 12 minutes until it's done here at TD Garden.
Plus 30 points from the three, and Miami, who's held Boston to an average of 105 points per game in this series, has given up 98 through three quarters.
32-point lead for the Celtics. We're back with the fourth quarter moment. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
Season is here, and now is the time to make a plan and know your zone. In the case of an evacuation, have a plan to go to a hurricane shelter, hotel, or stay with a family or friends. If you're ordered to evacuate, you need to leave. You can rebuild your home, but you cannot rebuild your life. This hurricane season, know your zone. Know your home. Learn more at floridadisaster.org. This message is sponsored by the Florida Division of Emergency Management, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
All right, one of my favorite calls always is with Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And anytime I'm hearing from Dave, I know something special is going on. So we know we have new Dreamweaver carpets, and we know the installation time frame very quick, but we also know that there's some other things that are going on with carpets. Tell us a little bit more, Dave.
Hey, Drew, this Dreamweaver carpet, we stock about 20 rolls of it. It has a step warranty. We could carpet the average person's steps, an average set of steps, for $750 to $850. We also can do the average guest bedroom in remnants for like $500. That's carpet pad and labor and tearing out the old carpet. And you got to stop in to see this. We stock 20 rolls of it, but there's like 100 and some available.
Now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco, or online at floormeisters.com.
105.9 Fox Sports Radio.
Back to Miami Heat action. The Heat is on the radio.
This summer, have your young baller and dancer join us for Junior Heat Clinics. Ballers age 7 to 16 can participate in individual basketball skills and off-the-court character development, while dancers age 8 to 16 can learn skills from members of the premier dance team of the NBA. For more information and to register, head to juniorheat.com right now. Out of Burton Jackson. Greetings once again from TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. Boston up 98-66 as we start the fourth.
And Boston's out on the court. They want to get it done. Miami's still in their huddle. They're probably talking about some things, right? This is just about playing hard to the end. It is a 32-point game. And I understand who is not available. I understand, like, we know firsthand, right? We were watching it. You still got to fight for something here, because Boston's going to look to push it to 40 to 50. And I just think execution and toughness is you still want to show that if you're the Heat.
Tatum and Holiday on the floor with Pritchard, Hauser, and Cornette against Bryant, Duncan Robinson, Highsmith, Jovic, and Martin. Hauser for three. Misses from the top of the arc. Jovic comes flying in. Kicks it ahead to Highsmith. Back to Jovic up top. Gets a screen from Bryant. Attacks. Gets underneath. Kicks it to Bryant. Coming down. Goes up. Attacks Cornette. Got the bucket. Bucketed his first minute on the hardwood tonight for Thomas Bryant. 98-68, early in the third. Holiday for three. Got it from up top. 14 made threes for Boston in 34 attempts. Holiday with 10 points. Nico flips it up and misses from outside the left block. Pritchard to push the other way. Left side of the arc has Duncan in front, loses him, pauses in the middle of the paint, kicks it out top to Hauser, moves it to Tatum. Behind the back to Sam. He fires and misses from the right corner pocket. Speaking of Tatum, 39th double-double and 99 career playoff games.
And Hayward just letting it fly in transition, 1-on-5. I don't blame him, though.
His first three-point attempt of the contest misses from 25.
Part of the plan is to let it fly.
Tatum, double teamed on the left baseline, gets out of it to Cornette, kicks it out top. To Holiday, hot potato to Pritchard, he misses the three. Nico the rebound. That'll be his fifth. Hey, you know what? Big ups to Nico, by the way. I really needed one more interview this morning at shoot around. He was ready to go, hung out for me, did 2.5 so we could get our time straight for Valley Sports.
Yeah, and he cut it close. He almost missed game one. Or, excuse me, the bus one.
Yeah, he was desiring bus one. And hung for us as Thomas missed from 27.
Well, and Nico looks like he's laboring a little bit. Kind of keeps looking. I don't know.
Let that 20-year-old body take over right now and push through it. Nico won't be 21 until a month from now.
And he's facilitating, right? He's running almost the point guard position.
Turnover by Holiday on the other end. Oh, what a beautiful crack back screen by Thomas Bryant.
And they called a flop.
Because he got cracked one way and then started bobbling the other way. That was one of the first indicators we were given way back when the flop call was injected into the game. And then we basically never saw it for the rest of the season as Tatum takes a seat.
First time we've seen that. Ben Taylor, the first time. Probably the last time. This year we'll see that flop. But how about this?
Look in as Tatum takes a seat.
Svi Mihailuk, for the first time this series, checks into the game.
The drive by H leaves it for Bryant. Gets knocked away by Cornette. He gets called for the foul. For Cornette, that's his first. Second one, 2 to give. At the 9:29 mark here in the fourth quarter. Frankly, Heat's best quarter in this series, but for the majority of it, these were times when the game is firmly in the hand of Boston.
I just still think it's incredibly interesting that he doesn't take his guys out, though. I mean,
Thomas made the first, missed the second at the free throw line. 101-69. Boston cruising along. With a turnover on the other end. I imagine Pritchard's feet went out of bounds. I imagine. Again,
I can't tell. Jack.
There's no way to know. No way to know. Caleb, the drive, gets hit in the middle of the air by Cornette. No call. He gets off into Bryant. Hands off to Duncan. Now to H up top. 5 on the shot clock. Duncan back to H. Little pusher love. He got it. To the bottom of the circle. 2 for 4 for H. He's got 4 points in 14 minutes. 101-71. Miami trailing with 8:50 to go. Hauser moves it to Pritchard. 3-ball right corner pocket. He misses it. Bryant the rebound. His first. In 3 minutes off the bench. His first bit of action here in the fourth quarter in Boston. He trailed this series 3-1. Boston looking forward to advancing. And we'll say, after the air ball from Jovic, a offensive rebound by Bryant, who gets to Duncan. He'll fire from the opposite corner and miss from there. They're perfectly fine if Orlando and Cleveland play 7 in their series.
And that might happen, right? I mean, that's a tight one.
Hauser misses from the left side of the arc.
The big question for Boston is going to be the health of Porzingis. While they were fantastic tonight without him, I don't know if that's sustainable through a playoff run. Right? I mean, there's a good chance they might run into the Knicks. You want to talk about physicality.
So Holiday, he'll take a seat. The last starter to do so. At the 8:03 mark of the fourth quarter of a game that Boston leads 101-71. Had to get it back to 30. Before the whole second group is in. Springer in. The Kai Luke
Cornette, Hauser, and Pritchard. Duncan for three. Misses from the top of the arc.
That's been the night. Duncan Robinson, beautiful wide open shot. One of the best shooters in this league. And Miami is 3 for 27 from long range.
Did you say they missed 24 of 27 from downtown?
I did. Good math.
Wow. Trying to keep my skills sharp as we head into the days of jacks. Right elbow jumper at the end of the shot clock. Got nothing but air for Pritchard. So here comes Miami the other way. Here's Tyler. Shaking. Bouncing. And the Shvee knocked off the rim by Cornette, wasn't it? All right. Let that happen off the miss. Still 101-71. Boston in front. 7:10 to go. Pritchard got handled inside by H. That'll be his fourth personal foul. Nice job by Haywood Highsmith, who got three early. And really had to hunker down and guard without fouling with some serious assignments.
Well, that's it, right? Haywood never gets the benefit of the whistle. He doesn't. And listen, I'm not saying he's not fouling sometimes. He's usually guarding Jason Tatum. He's usually guarding some of the best players in the world. But I feel bad for him sometimes because he just doesn't get the benefit, and he's one of the better defenders. He hasn't had a great series. The reality is, right? Last year in the Eastern Conference Finals, Haywood had an incredible series. And I just think this year, Jax, with all the injuries and rotations and the different roles, I think it's just it's taken such a toll on everybody to find any kind of consistency. And man, you just want everyone to take a deep breath.
Turnover by Bryant, trying to stuff it in to Tyler. Pritchard brings it down. The drive in, left for Xavier Tillman. It's in out to Hauser, who rattles it in from the right corner pocket. His fourth make in 7 tries from downtown. 15th made 3 for Boston. The Heat have made 3. Duncan gets off it to H. Right wing, pulls it out top to Caleb. Caleb trying to shake Tillman, fires a 3, rattles it in from the top of the arc. Martin has made 2 of the Heat's 3 made 3s. They're doing na-na-na-na for 6 minutes. Wow. They are tired of seeing the Heat, aren't they?
Well, I mean, they really could have started this much earlier.
Tillman gets a big shot in. Gangrene, you earned it. Enjoy it. 107-73, 107-75 as Caleb gets to the rack. He has 10 points. Tillman has it up top. Bryant on him, gets off the ball to Pritchard, sets a screen. Goes, dives, the double team on Pritchard. Duncan gets out of there as Hauser comes up to receive it. Tyler's still in there. And there's a 3 over the top of Mr. Herro. Timeout, Miami.
17 points from Hauser's playoff career high. And we saw him really take over in game 1, which started things for them. Mm-hmm. And now here he is finishing for them.
Boston 110, Miami 75, 5:20 to go. Until it's all done here in Boston. This is the Miami Heat's audio experience.
Don't pay retail for your diamond engagement ring or gift. Come to CleanOrigin.com. Founded by a leading family in the diamond industry for more than a century, we're experts in lab-grown diamonds because that's all we do. Clean Origin, the only diamond jewelers who give you a 100-day, no questions asked return on your purchase. Head to CleanOrigin.com or one of our retail stores and mention code Radio10 for 10% off your purchase. That's CleanOrigin.com, code Radio10.
Injured in a crash? You deserve Anajar and Levine. We stand up to the big insurance companies. They want you to settle for a fraction of what your case is worth, but we'll fight to get you the maximum money for your injuries. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference. Call me, Glenn Levine, at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Made off Office, Fort Lauderdale.
At the UPS store, not every small business needs the same thing, but every small business needs something. We're the scanning and faxing store, the printing store, the packing and shipping store,
I need my designing place and my printing place to be the same place store.
We're the one-stop, right around the corner, everything you need so you can be unstoppable store. The UPS store. Be unstoppable. The UPS store locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
Ticketmaster's got you covered with a wide selection of seats available for every game. As the official ticket marketplace of the Miami Heat and the NBA, Ticketmaster gives you more ways to find your perfect seat. And if your plans change, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell or transfer your tickets. Plus, mobile tickets make getting in on game day a breeze. Buy or sell tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/heat.
Here's tonight's scoreboard update with Tommy Ty.
Thank you, Amanda. Tonight's fourth quarter scoreboard update is sponsored by Kaseya, the official IT solutions partner of your Miami Heat. 5:20 remaining in the TD Garden. Boston leading Miami 110-75. One other game on the NBA Wednesday evening playoff scoreboard. Tipping off in about 40 minutes from now out west. Dallas at the LA Clippers. Those two teams tied at 2 games apiece entering game number 5. No Kawhi Leonard for the Clippers. He's out once again with knee soreness. Now back to Jackson Amy in Boston.
Thank you, sir. Oh, they're having a party in here. They are doing it. They got their Beat the Heat shirts on. They got their different gear, hand towels swirling in the air. They're raising the roof like it's 1996.
I'm just trying to like sit here and go back to where I was in Game 7 last year. You know, and remember that feeling and understand that that's exactly why they're feeling the way they do right now. This is part of sport, and you play in these. Spo talks about it all the time. These big games have big consequences, and you come out on one side or the other. And this is heartbreaking, right? To go down like this.
Jovic, Wright, Highsmith, Mills, and Bryant out on the floor. Wright has it up top, sliding along the arc, gets to the left elbow, free throw line, fires it to Mills, gets knocked out of bounds. Who's it off of?
Oh, they call it a foul. Which, by the way, we're going to even it out now.
Just under 5 minutes to go.
27-9 is the free throw attempt numbers.
18 of 27 have gone in for Boston. 8 of 9. Finger roll right at the rim that goes in for Bryant there. Taking the most of his 7 minutes. 5 points, couple rebounds. 110-77. Boston's video crew and scouts get ready to lock in on Orlando and Cleveland.
It's going to be interesting. I'm not sure. I really don't have a feel for what's going to happen there, Jax. Home court has seemed to be the deciding factor in that series. I mean, Cleveland would get 7 at home.
Might hop on Brightline and go see my man Matt.
Yeah,
why not? Get the juice flowing. Bryant, 3. Doesn't go from the right corner pocket. Nico was fighting Springer for that rebound, and then he poked him from behind. Ball got loose, but it's a foul. For Jovic, that's his second personal foul. It's an interesting sight. The end of shoot-around today was Mondis Man Williams with Heat shooting coordinator Rob Fodor. And they were really working on three-point shooting. And then we get back in the building. A few hours later, it was that whole squad of Orlando Robinson, Jamal Cain,
Cole Slider.
Who else was in that match? Was that it?
A little practice.
All getting it in. And you and I will see, if not all of them, a good number of them as we bring Las Vegas Summer League, July 12th through 22nd to the Miami Heat audio experience. You want a Heat, baby.
And I'll be really excited by that Vegas. Time. Last year, we went from the finals to Vegas.
There was some fatigue.
Yes, this year I'm going to be itching to get back out there. Yeah. Itching to get out there to stay inside. I don't like to bake at 350.
Boston offensive foul on the other end, so Bryant inbound. Miami gets it in to Dico. Got it himself. Got it in. Off the glass on the left side. 8 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists for Nikola Jokic. 3-ball, left side, doesn't go. But back out top to Pritchard on the offensive rebound. Kylo actually missed it and got his own rebound. Another miss. Brissett has it, gets it out to Pritchard, who was the misser. He drives, gets that one along the right baseline. 112.79, under 3 minutes remains in the final game of this first round matchup between the Celtics and the Heat.
Jackson, of all the things I think of this season, there's been some big bright spots. Jaime, I would say, and what they acquired there. I think Nico rising. I'm still going to go to my biggest takeaway from this season is how ready Bam Adebayo is to be the leader and the face of this team and the voice of this team for years to come, right? I mean, we saw him in terms of just coming out every night, doing the right things, playing the right way. This series was that in a nutshell.
Ryan tries to snap one across the lane, but it gets picked off. Springer has it, attacking right down the middle. Scoop, got the bucket. His first take to make in 6 minutes. He has 2 points. 114.79. Echo your feeling about Bam Adebayo as Bryant attacks, gets the right hand to go on the right side off the glass. It's tough being the man after the man. And after the 20 years of championship leadership by now Vice President OG Udonis Haslem, Bam seamlessly stepped into that space.
And also, I'll say, too, Udonis still being present has also done a wonderful job of letting Bam do it his way. You know, he's not the same person. He's not the same, he doesn't have the same leadership style. That doesn't mean it still can't be that effective, and I think that those two are going to have a great relationship for years to come. I think UD's always going to be in Bam's ear, kind of helping him, but I did see, in my opinion, just a super confident Bam Adebayo, because, I mean, when you work as hard as you do, that's it. That's where it comes from. You know you're doing the right things. You know you're playing the right way, and also, I just think you've seen even just him getting into some of his teammates' ear a little bit more in the last month or so, right? Like, understanding how important all these games have been, and that's part of being a leader, too.
He's down 37. He'll stay that way after the missed jumper by Wright. Miami's worst ever playoff loss was 36. That was in the finals of San Antonio, 13. Celtics. That had to be that hot night in San Antonio. Last mandatory timeout.
Please make it stop.
We have 41.5 seconds remaining. Boston up 118-81. This is the Miami Heat audio experience.
Imagine a bank that is always in your court, one that sees their customers as part of a team with a common goal to achieve your dreams. Well, imagine that. There is one. We're Amerant. We're ready to help you wherever you are in life, and just as importantly, wherever you want to go. Because at Amerant, we want you to live a life beyond what you could imagine. Amerant, official bank of the Miami Heat. Member FDIC.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764. Andrea Bocelli in concert.
Sponsored by Stifel. Presented locally by the Adrian Arch Center. December 22nd, 7:30 p.m. Kaseya Center. The world's most romantic voice. Andrea Bocelli in concert. Tickets on sale now at KaseyaCenter.com.
We love the game because anything can happen. There's no sure thing. Every play, every shot,
Are you kidding me?
every swing is a risk if you bet.
I can't believe that just happened.
There's no easy money. There's no luck. And no one wins all the time. If you bet, bet responsibly and always set a limit. Learn more at responsibleplay.org.
Back to Miami Heat action. The Heat is on the radio.
Amy Adebayo, Jason Jackson, bringing it home here in Game 5. First elimination game of this series between the Heat and the Celtics. And the Celtics are in control with 41.5 remaining, up 118-81.
I mean, it's a disappointing game, right? At the end of the day, I do believe that Miami, these guys felt that they could have came in here and competed, but it just felt like it was a repeat of Game 1, Game 3, and at times Game 4, where Miami just struggled to score, and then it snowballed. And you absolutely, and I don't want to take away from the guys that have been available and out there fighting and playing, but when you talk about runs, one of the best guys for stopping a run in this league in the playoffs is Jimmy Butler. He is. You put the ball in his hands and he makes something happen, and that just stops momentum. That is intangible. We can talk about the 2 points he gets or the 3 points or the free throws he draws, but it's the momentum that he stops. And there were so many times in this series where, again, you don't want to sit here and focus on who's not available, but Jackson going, if Jimmy was in the game, he would have the ball in his hands right now, and it's just unfortunate.
Right, the end wall.
And the finger
play. Right on Tillman and had
I love TV.
Pistol pop. As Brian will go to the line, he's hit 4 of 6 from the floor. 1 for 2 from the line. The Heat will move to 1-7 when facing a 3-1 deficit. Won their first ever 3-1 hole. That goes back to 1997. Second round against the Knicks. They've lost each of their last 6 3-1 series deficits. Ten seconds to go. Boston will advance. Miami goes home. But what a home to go to. It's paradise.
Amen.
A violation. 0.2 seconds. Miami will inbound, and that's that. How about Derek White over the last couple of games? 66% shooting. And he shot it 35 times. They combined 63 points to lead this squad. 25 points along with Jaylen Brown's 25. Bam, 23, 5, and 6 leading the Miami Heat. As you see these competitors now embrace after the battle is done.
And you give them credit. No Kristaps Porzingis, and I think sometimes people come in and say, oh, everyone needs to do more, but I think it's that they just need to do better in terms of efficiency when you're missing guys. And I would say 18 for 27 from the free throw line, 16 for 40 from the 3.
I think maybe
that's
for
efficient.
Dallas.
The Celtics now 29-0 when taking a 3-1 lead in the series. Best record by any team in NBA history with a 3-1 lead. Time now for the call of the game. It's presented by Amerant, official bank of the Miami Heat. Tyler flips it out to Wright. Pump fake for 3. Here's Bam. He knocks down the 3 from up top. Corralling it in from Wright, who didn't want to pull the trigger. Bam was everything in this series.
Bam Adebayo, another 20-point scoring game. That makes it 10 straight 20-point playoff games. Captain in every way, shape, or form.
And that's what I'm going to take away from this series.
Starts, and we talked about with Ty Lue, they've allowed 5 threes in the 4 first quarters in this series.
I feel like